step in their necks, constantly abuse them. Just step in their necks, constantly abuse them.
Scared to death Negroes. Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
You just step in their necks, constantly abuse them.
In the scriptures, there was a situation when Satan tried to tempt Yeshua on the mountaintop, and it probably went like this. First, I want to thank you for this interview that we arranged, and I hope that I can know that interview that's kind of strange. Don't mind me if I'm reading off my notes, am I deranged? Even though I know it's awkward like a marriage that's arranged. You got flow, but I got question. Dialogue will be exchanged. Actually address it to you so we all can see a range. What you want to say to me, just trying to get from A to Z. You call me from an agency that's known for a lot of flagrancy. But gracefully, I got some very good intentions. Hopefully you can hear me out and listen. Faithfully, I got a vision. This is my extension of my gratitude with suspension. An audition given to you with good attitude and pension. With pension, damn right. I got so much money I could stuff it down.
Salute, family. Salute to everybody that's checking in. I see y'all coming in here. Make sure y'all share this thing out. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. If it's your first time checking in, sound off in that community chat, family. You know how we get busy. We're going to be cranking this thing up very shortly. We letting the notifications go out. Salute to everybody on this Saturday. Salute to the family in the building. Salute.
So if you try something, Mr. Nigga, won't be fun. Look, you got an opportunity to get the country back in unity. If you ever get ready, I could tell you facts and who to be like people like Barack Obama. And I wonder if you do agree with me, cause all that foolery is black buffoonery. Will never get the presidency, it's not what the future be. If you ever change your mind, you could DM me. Look, come here, I'ma show you something. Look at my Fortune 500 window. Now there are two eyes and weeds, just ask Nintendo. It was I who built all you see, and that's my symbol. It was
Scared to death, Negro.
Would defy whatever fails, just part of my mentor. I never die, live in hell. I'm Lucifer with a Lego. Don't ask me why. When it's sign your life away, it's not simple. I wanna fly. Hater, I believe I can touch the sky. Scraper, no more rhetoric. I bet you billion Ben Franklin can get you lighthearted and even electric. Get it? Ben Franklin, lighthearted, electric? You know, cause he allegedly invented electricity, man. Forget it. Man, you and I both know that's bogus. You gotta be one of the boldest.
Scared to death, Negro. My enemy.
How many Judases would try to get that type of bonus? Used to be a time but only Eve fell for that type of dishonesty. But the silver lining was that the devil opened up her eyes, made her see her anatomy. I despise not having principles over getting pussy, call it chivalry, cause that's what Adam be.
Yes, indeed, family. Salute everybody.
You also fly on me,
Salute
you can fly with
everybody
bees. Okay, so I can't tempt you with top dollar. So I reference a movie script by Ford Coppola, who directed the series of a famous godfather, who tried to make a deal with a famous shot caller.
Yes, indeed. Salute to everybody that's checked in with your boy. We're going to be cranking up very shortly. Of course. For talk. This is going to be number 27. We get ready to crank this thing up. Notifications are going out. Salute to everybody tapped in with me right now. Salute.
I woke up, dream wasn't foggy but so clear. Stepped out of bed and stretched my body, gotta be cold air. I slept on my head, spitefully I probably grow more hair. I kept on thinking who could stop me, I wish a single soul there. I bounced back like rubber, my will likely have no spare. Just because you came from nothing, don't mean you out of nowhere. My January decision to witness the new year. I kept 2020 vision, there was no reason for eyewear. This election was crucial. If I didn't get elected that second, I reckon the suffering would not just double, but definitely quadruple. We bottom class, permanently pupil. A woman shaped like an hourglass, now selling pussy on Google. What will we do for approval? How many more generations gotta suffer just cause their parents when I stand up against brutal? Maybe all you ever eat, you can't get nutrients from a noodle. Maybe the only thing you'll never see, but you shouldn't sell out to get some kudos. Look,
scared to death, Negro.
How they chose us for that position, but we got them. Only a bitch would throw you shit and hide his hands, but we finally spot him. And only a ditch could keep a circle for you to fall in and hit the bottom. We come from the bottom of the economical tone pole. In our bosom, you can find an economical bullet hole. Not a prison, you can find a systematically converted gold. They took a library out so they could never prefer to know that it was a bunch of life who's out debated hard. Dream wasn't foggy, but so clear. Stepped out of bed and stretched my body, gotta be cold air. I slept.
That's my man Dion D. Jenkins right there, y'all. Definitely, y'all haven't heard that track, man. This shit is fire right here. In the Rough is the name of this track. Very fire. Keep playing this thing out, share this thing out. Make sure you like it, family. We up in 5 minutes.
This election was crucial. If I didn't get elected that second, I reckon the suffering would not just double, but definitely quadruple. We bottom class, permanently pupil. A woman shaped like an hourglass, now selling pussy on Google. What will we do for approval? How many more generations gotta suffer just cause they parents when I stand up against brutal? Maybe all you ever eat, you can't get nutrients from a noodle. Maybe the only thing you'll never see, but you shouldn't sell out to get some kudos. Look, America can't exist without somebody being at the bottom. You get us pissed how they chose us for that position, but we got them. Only a bitch would throw you shit and hide his hands, but we finally spot him. And only a ditch could keep a circle for you to fall in and hit the bottom. We come from the bottom of the economical tone pole. In our bosom, you can find an economical bullet hole. Not a prison, you can find a systematically converted gold. They took a library out so they could never prefer to know that it was a bunch of life who's out debated hard. Look, dream wasn't foggy, but so clear. Stepped out of bed and stretched my body, gotta be cold air. I slept on my head, spitefully I probably grow more hair. I kept on thinking who could stop me, I wish a single soul there. I bounced back like rubber, my will likely have no spare. Just because you came from nothing, don't mean you out of nowhere. My January decision to witness the new year. I kept 2020 vision, there was no reason for eyewear.
Scared to death, Negroes. My enemy.
Yeah. It's entertainment. Harlem World.
We cranking up, family. We cranking up in 3 minutes. Keep it locked with your boy. I see y'all coming in here, piling into the building. We're going to have a good conversation today. For those of you who caught that weird-ass interview from this weird dude right here, let me show you this clown. Mr. Terry. Randall Terry is the name. Trying to get the bag up out of Black America. We had to let him know what type of time we was on. Salute to everybody that's tapped in with us. We're going to go over into it. But of course, we'll be cranked up. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Keep it locked with me, family. Keep it locked.
Booty is fat, but tell me, did you dreadful? Can't f with stupid if your grind is on the struggle. Yeah, I know you love a fly that takes a stand, and I don't hustle for life, just word to Instagram. I'm in the tropics, beaches of Martinique. I really get to a bag, I practice on what I preach. Life is really a beach, I'ma have it my way. I own the sand and the beach, cause I'm really that way.
Scared to death, Negro.
I am that dude, you are so cute. Oh, it's lit, we knew. Talk to me, hey ma, how you? I am that dude, you are so cute. Oh, it's lit, we knew. Talk to me.
Deion D. Jenkins for president.
Yes, indeed. We're cranking up shortly, y'all. Keep it locked.
We don't need to study reparations. I have a reparations package that has 30 revelations. It's called DMLG, Defense Money Land Grants with Steady Calculations. Let's break it down. Hope you got some crack the industry type patient, cause I'm about to break it down with an immaculate type cadence. You were lied to. That paper dollar that could buy you won't stand by you. They say
scared to death, Negroes.
Until you try to buy an avenue, you find out money like idol. Cause some things have more power than money. Cause money gets taken by power. But wherever there's power, there's money. There are 4 elements to every society. So the only medicine to this is to take over society. The first element is defensive structure. Just abide with me. Cause I'm a candidate that's black agenda priority. Yeah. There's a famous saying. The flow of currency is controlled by military bullet spraying. And law enforcement keeps everybody fully obeying. While the judicial system is a bully and keeps everybody paying. The second element is capital. You can only control this at the capital. The flow of currency is bankable, showing who's acceptable. Monopoly should be unacceptable because it's not liberty applicable. This next element is amazing. If you ever took a road trip, you would see livestock grazing. Tractors harvesting the fruit. The sun even brings value to the raisin. You see infrastructure on any occasion.
Little less than 1 minute, family. We're going to crank this thing up. I see y'all coming in here. Salute to everybody that's in the building. If you tap in, make sure you sound off in that community kitchen chat, family. Let me know where you at. Let me know who's in here.
We were already promised 40 acres to get none. A land mass larger than Texas. If they gave 40 acres to each one, they
scared to death, Negro.
Like Myrtle Beach, huh? Not without murder, a grave ditch and a gun. For lack of resources, would turn a bitch out of a nun and bring Lucifer to the mountain to tempt the Lord out of a son. And finally, we're at the last one. The last one will be grants. The last element is having access to finance. Without access to capital, you don't have a chance. What's the point of living in the world's richest country eating out of some cans and X'd out $1 billion plans? So I just define reparations with $30 trillion down payment demands. Reparations.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. My brother Deion D. Jenkins with that track right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't hear it, make sure you go ahead and support that brother. One of the only black American candidates with a legitimate reparations plan. I will be having him on the platform soon so he can show y'all, especially from the YouTube family and the other family that come from the different platforms outside of Twitter. So y'all get to know this young man, okay? He's definitely coming with a legitimate reparations plan, and we definitely want to talk about that, you know. Salute to my brother Q in the building right off the top. But y'all know how we got to get busy with this thing. So let's get into it.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
But he was the chef.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, family. What's happening with everybody? I see y'all checked into the building here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Saturday, and we got to come with it today. This is a Pat Talk number 27, ladies, and we're kind of doing a reaction to a weird presidential candidate that we had the, I guess we could say, opportunity to interview this past week, earlier this week, with the Patriarchs and the sisters, our Wazzy sisters. And this guy was by the name of Randall Terry. And we came, and he kept it 100 as far as the way he feels about Black Americans. Said the Jubilee done came and gone, my boy. Every 50 years is over, and you don't deserve a goddamn thing. But you know what? While you're here, give me your financial support. So, family, we're going to get into it. And, of course, you know I got some appetizers first before we get into this thing. Family, if you're in the building like we always do, you sound off in that chat. Let your boy know what type of time you on. And, of course, if you didn't know, this is on their next podcast, Tapped In with the Angry Black Man's Book Club. And it's brought to you by Bloodline Films. From the Soil, Black American docuseries where we travel all around the country, waking up the culture, cuisine, and of course highlighting our Black American grassroots advocates in pursuit of reparative justice. So, family, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back after this. I'm your host, Chef C, tapping in with the Angry Black Man's Book Club for Pat Talk number 27. Keep it locked with us, family. Be right back.
I've been all over the world. I've noticed this about Black Americans, and I'll stop here. We have more people trying to turn us around than I've seen for any other group anywhere in the world relative to what our situation is. That you've got teachers, you got people that will just do stuff. If they find out you're legit, just help you because they want to see Black folks make it. We do have this. This is lacking in other places, I can assure you. But you know what? Our desire to save people cannot be greater than people's desire to be saved and to help. So the people that do not want it, let them go. Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. I sure get it nowadays.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday is the day we are here to have a conversation. My brother Q from Let's Talk 2 is in the building bright and early, but I see my brother Nico in the building off top. I got to sound off. I wasn't going to sound off this early, but salute to my brother Nico in the building. Salute, brother Nico. Salute. Let me see who else is in here. Let me go through that. Let me go through the chat and see who's in the kitchen right off top. Fuck it. Let me do this right off top. Let me see who in here. We got brother Jeff in the building. J to the B. What's happening, brother J to the B? Salute to Jeff Brown in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you didn't know, my brother Q from Let's Talk 2 is already in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to brother Q. We also got we got a few of the family that's in here bright and early, man. I like this. It's a Saturday. You know, it's a Saturday, one of them kind of days, y'all. It's one of them days. Time to cook up in the kitchen here. You know. Let me see who else, what other family members in here. We got Oh, we got the angry black man up here. Salute to brother angry black man in the building. Salute. Salute, brother angry black. Salute. Ladies and gentlemen, today's conversation, right? It's got to be one of those, but I want to make sure we set the right tone for the conversation because there are a particular type of folks out there, and I think there's only one person who has said it pretty well this year, well in the past, and it's living the test of time. Let's
Scared to death Negroes are my enemy.
Salute to Farrakhan. Okay, listen, sometimes you got to get it a head up. Salute to Farrakhan with that one, man. Because, again, the mere fact that this guy right here, for those of you who didn't check in, and I got to see what my brother Q, if he got that thing queued up, we want to play a couple pieces from that weird interview. Brother Q, let me holler at Q real quick before I get into some of these announcements. Brother Q, are you in the building, sir? Are you in the building?
You know, what's funny, right?
Yeah.
I had some disinfecting. I had to disinfect my little area. Yeah. I'm in the process of moving some stuff around, but thanks to everybody in the chat for joining the broadcast. Chef C, usually like when you watch a state of address, you watch it from the Republican side, you'll see a quick response from the Democrats right after, and vice versa. This is how they do when the State of the Union.
Right.
So, given the opportunity that we had to have a chat with Randall Terry, presidential candidate from the Constitutional Party, I'm glad we didn't do an immediate response show. I know Dr. Short eloquently explained after he went off air of our position, but I was amazed. I am still in shock, and actually I erased the video from my channel.
Indeed.
I believe one of the things that we have to do is, and it's still on Dr. Short's channel. I know why Dr. Short left it on his channel, because people need to look at that broadcast and look at how people view us.
Correct.
Before they address us, and how they are basically just hustlers for money and to tell you anything. Now, this guy was very transparent, and he wasn't just telling us anything. I don't think that he was prepared, and we could get into that, the stuff he said and all that. I just want the family to realize, we need to really, really ask ourselves, are we taking our issues serious enough?
Come on.
Are we taking it serious enough, internalizing it, and then taking it more, having other people take us serious enough? Chef C, you have a more extensive culinary background as myself. And if I say to you, I could say some culinary terms to you and you would understand what I'm saying. But, as a chef, as a graduate of one of the most prestigious culinary schools in the country, probably in the world, if you ask me personally. Mm-hmm. I may say, Chef C, I want a private dinner for two, such and so forth. And I may minimize your skill level. You might be like, well, you might need to go to a cook, somebody that don't consider themselves a chef, somebody that don't have the background that I have.
Right.
As Native Black Americans, as Black Americans, we need to really, really stand firm on our issues and understand that people are only going to take us as serious as we take ourselves. That's just the bottom line. And I think that he was in for, and what he perceived the audience that he was in for, is the typical Black ignorant audience.
Right.
Right. And I think that he got a serious reality check that we don't hate the Democratic Party that much enough where we hate our issues. Our issues are our issues, whether it's Democrats, whether it's Republicans, whether it's independent, whether it's libertarian, whether it's constitutional, whether it's Patriot Party. There's more than two parties. I think a lot of times people try to get people to think that it's not more than two parties. It's more than two parties. And being B1, being, FBA, being Native Black American, being, some people may say they ADOS, whatever you say you are, if you're about reparations, if you're about your people, Black people first, getting our issues heard, you're going to get put in a position, or people will try to put you in a position to think that you're going to compromise on your issues.
Right.
And I'm usually more laid back, and I'm glad that Roland.
Brother Negro was on his heels.
I was glad because not only, from what I understand, he's the youngest of everybody that was on the panel. He needed to hear that type of energy first. Like, yo, who do you think you're talking to?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to refer everybody in the chat to go to Dr. Short's channel and check out the interview. I didn't get a chance to even clip it up, Chef C.
Okay.
I do have it in my library, but it was like, and I text you during the show, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? What is this?
Right.
Because I know, give you guys in the chat a little bit about what Chef C and myself and even Dr. Short do. Whenever you're doing like an interview type of format, you want to do some background. I did a lot of background on this guy. I was prepared to talk about some stuff prior to getting him to the main course. But his thing was he wanted money, and he wanted to play on the fact that we are looking at the Democratic Party different than most people who are just hell-bent on voting blue no matter who. And it's really sad that he didn't know who he was talking to. Right. And he wasn't ready for that deep, not super deep, but he wasn't ready for the conversation.
Not with us.
Not with us.
Not with us.
And it's crazy is that he tried to come from a religious aspect in the conversation, not realizing Dr. Short's background. Not realizing, like, you're not going to try to use scripture to manipulate your belief. If that's your belief, you're talking to people who don't believe in the scripture the way you believe in. So he showed me that he wasn't ready. You can always play on the fact of hating one party. That's easy to do.
Easy work.
Democrats. That's easy. You hate the Republicans. That's easy. But when you're talking about policy, when you're talking about tangibles, now we see where people really at.
Right.
And it's really disheartening. But, we're here for the discussion. It really showed me a lot.
Well, I'll say this, Brother Q. We gonna leave that for where we need to leave it, and we'll get to that. That's our main course. But I gotta first let me acknowledge a few more of the family that tapped in with us just now. Salute to Brother Rodney checking in to the community kitchen. Salute, Brother Rodney. Who else we got in the building? Who checking in? I see Sister Dev in the house. I see you, sis. Salute to Sister Dev in the building. Who else is in here? I got my brother Cut the Check coming through. Salute, brother Cut the Check. And yeah. The Negro has just teched in to the community kitchen. Salute, Brother Negro. Yeah. Brother Negro was ready for the cook up on that day. Let me get to my Sister Q to the scales. Sister Q, salute. But yeah, man, this was something to behold, and brother Negro got it off his chest the way he needed. He said a mouthful. Salute to that brother Negro, because I can tell you, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of us in that conversation, for those of you who didn't hear it, I believe Brother Lone Wolf got it on his page. So we'll be able to take a look. Go to Brother Lone Wolf. If you can clip up some stuff, Q, on Brother Lone Wolves, and we'll bring it in a little bit. He's got it on his page on X, I believe. But ladies and gentlemen, let me go to the Negro real quick, and then I'll get into my announcements. Brother Negro, what's happening with you, Brother Negro?
Hey, how's it going, big brother Chef? How's it going, my man Q? I want to say one, thank God. Of course, the Negro one. I'm always on black time. First things first, give glory to him, because the evil spirit in that white man. I didn't like somebody coming to our house or trying to come to talk to us about our God, our religion, and try to say that what we're saying was wrong. Try to say that I didn't know what tenfolds meant. It's in the Bible. I gave all the verses, and they didn't want to stand and apologize and say that they were wrong and repent. And that's what's wrong with America right now today, from a Christian perspective. They're not willing to repent. They're not willing to do what's right. And this is why they have a sin. And that's why I'm asking, what God did this man really believe in? Because he does not believe in the same God of Christianity. He does not believe in the same God of repair and peace and harmony and any of that. He was coming in there to push an agenda in his purpose. And that's what I didn't like. And he was doing it underneath the guise of religion. He's no different from him standing in front of a pulpit like Jim Crow Biden at an AME church or whatnot. Or any of these politicians and whatnot. So I find it was very disrespectful to me in some regards.
Pardon me, fellas. I'm on the phone with Brother Shaw. He's checking in real quick.
Oh, you like the book too? You saw the excerpt that I gave you too, Brother Chef, right?
Nah, I like that. I like the book, Brother Negro. It was very a lot of the clips that you put in. That's why I was like, damn, this shit is heavy. Pause. But we gonna get into that, man. Especially some of the shit you was the other stuff you sent me on the Jubilee thing.
Yes. This dude is a full-fledged clown.
Well, it's crazy because we gotta understand that on this side of the game, family, it is literally against people's religion, at least the way they program it in their heads. It is against their religion for us to have reparative justice, to get reparations. They are willing to go that far, while at the same time, family, having the audacity, the gall to ask us to support them financially.
And that was the point that teed me off. You don't even want us to get reparations, to get money. It takes money to get money, to make money. Like, what part of the game you don't get? You hustling backwards. Right. And that's how I felt about this jump right off the rip. I'm like, this ain't even this is like Christian. I don't even want to say it's Christianity, because I like the good book. I'm going to say it's some satanic, or I don't even know what homie's doing. I'm going to just leave that. He's doing some weird stuff over there that's detrimental to our community. And he was doing and try to say that we don't believe in God, or try to say that I was a liar, that I don't have no faith, man. And that's really hurtful, because that's all we got sometimes is our faith in our name,
That's a fact.
And I really felt like, yo, this dude trying to play me on that. Like, you have no idea.
Well, all I want to say is let's not get too far on it, because that's the main cause. But I want to salute my sister Star checking into the community kitchen. Salute, Star. My sister Star. Salute. And salute to the over 50 plus in the building with us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, before I get into all of that other stuff, there's an appetizer I want to give y'all. And even before the appetizer, we got a couple of announcements real quick, y'all. Of course, for those of you who aren't aware, okay, we do have the Patriarch Summit coming up, ladies and gentlemen. With this program, what you should, definitely, we got the QR codes there. We are looking to raise at least between myself and Brother Short $14K. On the tight end, we can get it done for the $8K. However, we need your support to make this thing happen. You can hit those QR codes. Those are our GoFundMes, ladies and gentlemen, at the bottom of that digital flyer. Okay, definitely go ahead and hit that. Rock with us. Let's get these numbers up right now. I'm sitting at $100 on that. Need to try to get this thing up, ladies and gentlemen. Our cutoff date, as far as this campaign is concerned, to determine whether we move forward with it, will be the 29th of July. So we're looking to get this thing going. Contributions are highly appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So for those of you who are interested in it, want more information, you can email myself and my team will get it, bloodlinefilmstv@gmail.com, or you can hit brother Dr. Randy Short, WRandyShort@gmail. Ladies and gentlemen, for more details. We're also looking for a couple very productive, at least two more very productive entrepreneurs, patriarchs in their communities, okay, to be a speaker. We do plan to stream this with my team at Bloodline, so we will be streaming it for the day's event. Also, my plan is to, like I mentioned, put on a quality lunch for the attenders, okay? So we'll keep you posted on that. If we hit our goal, ladies and gentlemen, we will move forward after the 29th of July. If we do not, there it is. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We keep it simple. So to get involved, hit those QR codes, make your contribution today, family. We'll see where we are. Also, if you want to get your Black American Heritage merch, family, all right, in particular, you want to go ahead and get your drippy, go ahead and cop you your Black American Heritage flag, Converses, go to put on from the soil.tv put on section, ladies and gentlemen, cop you a pair or cop your Black American Heritage flag apron from the soil.tv put on and get you yours, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get back into the program. Appetizer for the family. I got to share this. This thing came across, and I want y'all to hear this lady out, right? And I'd like to hear some objective positioning. Try not to get into the emotional stuff right off the jump, ladies and gentlemen. Let's really hear this shorty out. And y'all tell me, is this a benefit, what she's about to present to us? Or is it detrimental, particularly for my business owners, right? And aspiring entrepreneurs? I want to hear from y'all. Is this a necessity moving forward? So let's hear this sister out. Fair use. All right, let's hear her out.
Black folks, now y'all know I love us. I love us dearly. But I still don't understand why you guys out here opening up businesses just to tell the world that you are Black owned. I mean, you have it all over your social media platforms. You have it all over your websites. A website is intended to attract people from all over the world, all different skin colors. Yet you over here screaming that you are Black owned. Who are you trying to convince that the color of your skin is Black? And why? Because if you think for 1 second that that is catering towards the success of that business, allow me to be the first person to tell you, you're actually catering towards the failure of that business. And for some reason, I know you probably thought that you were separating yourself. You're not. You still on the plantation with the rest of the slaves because that's where your mind is stuck at. And now here comes Instagram, giving Black people a feature that allows us to put and attach to our social media platforms that we are Black owned. Yet we don't see any Caucasian owned. We don't see any Latino owned. We don't see any Asian owned. When have they ever thought about helping us? Did y'all ever think about that? How about they figured out a very smart way to put us all in a bubble that can stop our algorithm from doing what it needs to do?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to keep playing this thing. I'm definitely going to keep playing this thing, but bear with me, y'all. Salute to Brother Rowe for hitting the Cash App. Gunshot for Rowe. Sound the alarm. Drop a flex bomb. Brother Rowe for hitting that Cash App. appreciate the contribution for sure, for sure. Now, let's play a little bit more of this, y'all. Now, again, she's saying a lot, to be very clear, family, but we want to break it down piece by piece. I definitely recommend y'all take some notes if you got time, family, or just make a mental note if you don't have a pen in front of you. Because you really got to think about some of this shit. And then, particularly for my business owners, you know, how difficult, particularly my Black American business owners, how difficult it is to just do business being a Black American in this damn country. Your business, starting out or actually being in business, has it benefited you consistently and substantially? All right, let's go with this.
These social media platforms just completely stop us from even growing. They know that the moment they give our ass something, we are going to jump and run to it without even doing any homework or any research. And as sad as it is to say that, that is very true. Look around and see how many people have Black owned in their bios. Why are you guys doing this? I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks so disturbing considering the times that we have grown from. Now, let me go ahead and end off my video like this. I don't want you marching ass Black folks who like to pretend all day long like you so for the Black people. Meanwhile, you don't even support Black people like that. Meanwhile, all you do is go to Black businesses and give them per hell. I'm not talking to y'all because the day is raining outside and it's Friday and I'm staying inside. So I got a lot of time. Now, I don't want you in my comment section now because I don't want to have to tell y'all about y'all ass because I will. Okay? So if you think what I'm saying is not the right thing and for the right thing and for the growth of our people, move right on. But if you are one of those ones that you know for a fact that putting Black owned all over the place and attaching it to your businesses just don't make any sense, then go ahead and slide in the comment section and try to tell the people right along with me how much that makes no sense. Black folks.
All right, family. Can we have a conversation here? Brother Q, I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to go to the brother Negro.
I kind of, honestly, I had my own business at one time, about 23, 24 years ago, myself. I understand her premise. I do believe that people should support local business, local to where you live at, local to where your business is at and what you're trying to do. I just think that she's coming off for the as like a wag your finger at me type of thing, and understanding she needs to understand economics and understand your locale. If you're in a predominantly Black area, you should, and it's nothing wrong with marketing, using that as a marketing tool. You may be in an area that's not predominantly Black owned, so maybe you might not want to use that. I mean, I think one of the biggest issues when you come to this is that as Black people, we need to understand capitalism and understand marketing and understanding, your target area, your target audience. Is just like the conversation we had earlier, Chef C. If you are a chef and you take your craft very serious, you're going to cater to that type of people that's not going to just be like, well, cook me some chicken and rice. You want to be like, okay, somebody wants filet mignon. Somebody wants beef Wellington served 50 people. We know that's going to cost. So I think that a lot of people who do put Black owned business are trying to target, like, look, I'm from y'all. I'm from, as Roland would like, Negro would love to say, I'm from the lineage. Like, yo, come support my business. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to target the people that you're trying to attract and be in that area. I particularly don't live in a predominantly, as we would say, Black area. So maybe if I had a food business, or say, I probably wouldn't target it. Some people say the word soul food. You say soul food, you know what type of people gonna come.
Right.
You know, you got people that are Haitian, ethnicity of Haitian. They may say Caribbean type of business or whatever. You may want to, you may say you got an African business. I mean, I think that sometimes people, and I don't want to blast the young lady. I think I like her spirit. However, I think that how you come off, your audience, your target audience, even in doing a video like that, you don't want to come off as you're wagging your finger at people. Most people fail in their businesses, at least the first time.
That part. Come on.
Yeah, you may have a food business and you fail. That doesn't mean you wouldn't try it again. You may have a cleaning business and you fail. That don't mean you don't try it again. I mean, if your business lasts 4 or 5 years, some people consider lasting a year is a success. You may be a caterer, Chef C, you already know what I'm gonna go with. You may be a caterer. You may do an event, and the event that you're doing that particular day may not be profitable that weekend. Then you may go and you may hit a home run, knock it out the park, sell everything. And you be like, yo, I need to cater towards that. I remember I used to cater and I used to do a bunch of fruit bowls. And the fruit bowls sold like crazy. I was prepared. I had the Chef C, you know how I'm gonna say the old pools, like 6 feet pools.
Yeah.
Blow up, ice down, lovely. So when people came out the spot where I was at, they seen watermelon sitting there looking crazy, looking like you was, something exotic. I did it 2 weeks later and it straight bombed. I might have sold like 5 or 6 containers of fruit. And I'm like, oh,
right.
But
right.
It happens. And it's a definitely when it comes to food, because I think when she means black, serving the black community, you're talking about the products that we use: food, hair, coffee. Like we noticed, for example, you guys, a lot of cigar shops popped up in the hood.
Right.
Some people don't smoke. Some people just like to go there. They more it might be BYOB, break some cognac, relax, chill with the females might chill with their girlfriends, guy may chill with the fellas. So you may go there and it might be just a lounge. Certain areas you may have a cigar lounge, like for example, if you live in New Jersey, you may be in like the Upper Montclair area. That's a whole different clientele.
That's a fact.
So I like the sister. I think her spirit is good, but I think she needs to understand that you can't blast everybody unless you understand people cater to. Definitely if you have a business, people are trying to cater to what's going to attract them the most money.
No doubt. Salute to that. I mean, again, the temperature, the delivery does matter in many situations. However, if she does it any other way, 9 times out of 10, it lands on deaf ears, because it lacks the shock value, right? Now she's a full-figured sister. She's not too hard on the eyes, so she'll have the thirsties looking at her. Like she got her stomach all out or whatever the fuck, So the thirsties is going to tap in, but if she's trying to trigger or get that shock value, she got to come like that. And unfortunately, keep it 100. Our people, thrive in an abusive environment.
and Chef C, the funniest thing is, you're right, is that when you look at her and what she's doing as far as the video, this is what attracts. I remember, when you guys shopped in like downtown areas,
right?
They was always had this pretty young girl in the front of the store, and you would always see her talking to guys. And the owners figured out, like, yo, this young lady, she might be pretty. She attracts guys to come in there. Guys may think they're going to get a phone number or whatever, but it brings people in the store. I remember the store, Dr. J's, was famous for that. Having younger, pretty girls in the store. When I was in high school, everybody, oh, that's the chick from Dr. J's. Don't you work at Dr. J's? And even like clubs, you may have people who are like unofficial club promoters, it'll always be like women and on
Right.
brochures because they know, like you said, guys are kind of like thirsty. So this is how it attracts their business. So you're right. It's a marketing. I don't think nobody like understanding the temperature of the room is kind of like a tricky thing because you could be super controversial in a sell and then do the same thing and then it land on deaf ears. People are only going to take but so much of your shit.
Well, this is my thing. I want to say this. Like, would it be as receptive or welcoming that rhetoric if she was a plus size female, if she was ugly? Right? Like, like, listen, a lot of cats is not going to take this work from a fat shorty, from a wide back, from a big back. Like, cats will get in that big back shorty's the comments and everything and go off on her. But the semi pretty John, like, I'll give her a 7 at most.
Kamala Harris. You got
7 at most, bruh. But she'll get away with it because Thirsties is looking at the stomach. She got flesh out. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, oh, let me see what the man. Listen, brother Negro, I'm gonna go to you, man. Is she cooning? Is she being a winch in this?
I want to know more. I would have to know more about her background to get to that part. But I could say that she's obstructionist from a marketing perspective, right? But if Black American people, first, we don't just view it just as somebody's skin color or their melanin. We see it as culture, heritage, and also stuff of that nature, and ethnic, right? An ethnic background as well, ethnic marker. So with that being said, I find it very ironic that does she shame African people when they do their ethnic marketing and outreach? Does she say bigoted things about how they do their marketing outreach? So that would be kind of my retort and some of the things that I observed, because this is what I would consider that's a lineal marketing outreach, saying that you want to specifically put your dollars into somebody from your lineage. I hate getting cheated by someone who's not from my lineage and I give money to them and they're able to capitalize when I was intentionally trying to work with my people.
Right.
And it angers me when I see other people bastardize our ethnic markers to make monetization and commercialization off our backs of our people. So I'm going to be short and brief on that, but that's how I feel about this lady right here. And I do have a business marketing background and a bachelor. So I do know what I'm talking about. And I feel like this lady might need to go to school in some marketing.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I don't think she got it wrong. I think the shorty knew exactly what she was doing, because again, if you don't come like that, niggas is not listening. So she knew she can come with the rhetoric. She knew she needed to show skin, and she knew she needed to hint at the hips. She had to hint at her hips and show different angles for cats to be semi-receptive to this. But also, because again, we live in a very vanity-driven world. It's very vain. Black Americans, collectively, not all of us, but collectively, it's a very vain people. Niggas is out here, niggas got Mercedes Benz, but ain't got no food in their refrigerator. You feel like, okay, the nigga got the new, and she got the red bottoms, but her coochie stank. She ain't been to the OBGY in a long time. Her shit is orphan.
Or she ain't got no man, because it looks like that house is looking real empty.
Well, her man is the Yorkie. Her man is the Pomeranian or the motherfucking Frenchie. You feel me? So when we really start keeping it 100 with ourselves, like even on the business tip, as far as what she said, and salute to the over 70 plus in the building with us right now. I have yet to hear from any, and I'm just keeping it 100 as a business owner. Couple businesses, let's be clear. Okay. I'm keeping it 100. I have not heard from any other black business owner that by saying you are a black owned business that they've seen monetary progress by having that tag. I have nobody has come to me and said, yo, my business is thriving. I got black folks coming through, holding it down. None of them, bro. Even like I'm gonna tell you, my business has been in this game for I'm going on 13 years with my business, and only in the last 4 years I've actually seen some real shit move with my company. Yes, a lot of trial and error. However, I'm gonna keep it 100 with the family like this. Even my quote unquote assistant, I had to give her a white name. Okay? My quote unquote assistant who's corresponding with potential clients, her name was Rebecca LaRue. Nigga. And in order for me to get some motherfucking business, Rebecca had to go and say, hi, how are ya? Via email correspondence. And in many cases, y'all, for quite a long time, that was Chef C responding to these folks. I had to develop a whole fucking alter ego just to try to do business as a black man.
Hey, Chef C, let me ask you.
Yes,
when
sir.
you were sending those emails out and you were getting response and then you had to talk or your assistant had to talk, was it just for the white businesses or just the black businesses too? Because a lot of times the potential businesses that are black won't deal with you if you ain't white.
Yeah, I got some businesses like that in my neck of the woods.
Well, let me go there for y'all. Let me go where we need to go, brother Q. Once they found out that Rebecca wasn't the owner of my company, a lot of black folks ghost Chef C. Okay.
Wow.
I'ma just listen. I'm here to keep it plain because we not being honest about this shit. A lot of niggas don't want to see other niggas do good. And the only reason why my business is in the stage and growing is because the majority of my clientele are not black Americans. The majority of my staff are not black Americans. As hard as I fucking try to hire our folks, pay them good, whether it be from Bloodline Films or from my private chef agency, the niggas won't work for me or with me because a lot of our folk, unfortunately, got a lot of self-hate shit going on. Right?
Wait, Chef. Can I give a suggestion?
Go ahead.
It might not be entirely self-hate. Like, for example, from a civic perspective, right? I've chat with other organizations, right? And we might share like what our views are so we won't collide into each other. There should be like almost like a non-compete clause when it comes to our people. And how we should engage with. I wouldn't say I won't go as far as to say like socialism or anything like that. But what I mean, it should be some type of cohabitability with one another that we'll be able to work with one another to overcome these type of situations and depend on each other. Like Professor Black Truth has said that our best friends is ourselves. And we really need to start acting and behaving in that manner, even in the realm of business, because all the other groups have done that. So when that lady said that we're the only people that do that, no, they just do it a different way. They just say they're Suzuki. They'll just say they're Yamaha. They'll say that there's something else that's tied to their ethnic and their culture that express who they are to let you know that you're buying from them. So the audacity that how we express ourselves on the American soil, I look at it as that she's trying to obstruct autonomy. So for us, how we should be doing business and self-governance. Like I have Black and Negro on my thing, on my nonprofit, because That's the audience I want to attract. I'm not trying to look for anything else. There's a difference.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother Negro. Being in the business that I want, listen, there's a lot of swanky niggas running around. A lot of swanky niggas all over the country. My chefs, they go all over the country. My master mixologists, they go all over the country as per the client. Okay? Even my servers, Michelin trained. They go all over the country as per the clients. Niggas are the swanky niggas ain't in just one location. So when I say this right here, a lot of niggas don't want to see other niggas do well. It's a real thing because again, history has shown us. I'm not even going to talk about what happens. Not even just keep it limited to what happens within my own business, but history shows us that our own folks keep getting in our way. So now with the sister saying here, although her delivery was absolutely trash, yeah, I mean you got to show me a nucleus of Black American people, not this people of color umbrella shit. Black American people, and I'm not talking about a couple hundred. You need to show me a few cities of Black Americans populated over more than a few thousand of them working together on one key to make some shit happen instead of tearing each other's business down. So we keep looking at the things that push us back or whatever it is. And the sister right, salute to over 70 plus in the building. The sister right here is pointing out something that a lot of us refuse to get real with. And that is self-hate. I want to. There's a bunch of everybody. Hold on. A lot of niggas know how to point me to Washington D.C., PG County, talking about them swanky niggas over there. Well, it's a couple swanky. It's pockets of swanky niggas all over the place. Them niggas don't like regular niggas. They are the ones. I'm telling you off top, and I know it because I'm particularly in my industry, nigga. I'm something in my industry for real, heavy. I see them fly. They'll fly Francois in instead of dealing with the nigga that's down the block. They'll fly Francois and Jean-Pierre, whoever the fuck this. They'll fly that nigga from France to cook for them instead of dealing with the dude that's down the block that's just as qualified. But you can take some of the Gier and the Francois off that nigga name because he ain't got it.
Hey, Chef C, you bring up a serious point. Is like I said, in the industry that you're in, I know a little bit about. Even when you was talking, you said Michelin trained. Most urban Black people won't know what you're talking about. I'm being honest. They'll follow a cook who's cooking out of their kitchen at home and putting stuff on IG quicker than they'll follow you, quicker than they'll support you. I'm quite sure most of your calls are basically a bunch of people saying they want this, that, and the third, and then you have to interrupt them and say, well, what's the budget that you're trying to work with? And you have to deal with them on the budget. And I'm not saying that the majority of people don't know how to move according to their pay scale or what they're willing to pay. If you're going shopping and you want a certain type of look, you're going to go shop for that look. And so forth and so on about your type of skills and the type of background that you have. I don't think most people are educated enough, and I'm not speaking down on my people, but I'm speaking to just the school alone that you went to. I don't think people understand that you did not go to a rinky-dink school. You did not go to a rinky-dink school.
Facts.
And that right there alone should hold more weight for somebody who understands meal, who understands cooking, what type of chef you are, what type of, like you said, what a mixologist is, because some people think a mixologist is somebody that just throw gin and juice together and do a little shaking with some ice. So I say that we in what you're saying, Chef C, we need to educate ourselves as consumers a little bit better as well. And that's important that we do that.
Well, you know what? Here's my thing. And real quick, I want to say a salute to my sis Chanel in the building. Salute, sis Chanel. Yeah. Salute to sis Chanel in the building. Listen, the truth of the matter is this, gentlemen. And understanding the market, there's always something for everyone, right? Like BMW has their 1 Series, which is no more than the equivalent of a Honda. However, BMW said, listen, I got to create something to be able to get that touch, right? Same thing with Tesla, right? It's salute to the over 80
The
plus
economy model. That's what you're talking about, right?
Right. The regular nigga friendly model. You feel me?
Hey, Chef, see, it's funny, right? I'm laughing because I'll never forget back in the day, you thinking you know something. I go up in the Lexus dealer, I'm like, I want a used car. He's like, sir, we don't sell used cars. It's pre-owned.
Right. Right. But the champagne taste with the corners budget just don't make sense. And niggas keep shooting for that, and this is why you got a shorty like this coming out, right? Talking about, don't get me started on black folks because you don't really fuck with. And honestly, it's true. It's true. A lot of folks will literally walk past you, know you got your business, and go there and give it to the Chinese man, give it to somebody else right in front of you, and then have the nerve and say, I'm inviting you to my event. Nigga, is you out your mind? Is you out your mind? See, like my brigade ranges from the casual diner all the way up to the upper echelon palate. Okay? But I am talking about an environment where, we become our worst enemy because I have seen it. A lot of folks don't want the other nigga to shine. You can't shine around these other cats. You can't be high flying. Salute to my brother Black Learn in the building. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Brother Q, when these 1% families fly a nigga like me out, sending their little private jets, or they'll send their car to come get a nigga, I don't put none of that shit on social media. None of it. I keep it quiet. Right? But again, we are looking. Now, if I put that up there, right, there's going to be a part of him, oh, he's showing off. And then there's going to be another part that say, I rock with that nigga. That's my nigga right there. And they'll hit the Cash App. Right? They'll hit the, listen, this is the thing. Like, you gotta keep it 100. Nobody wants to be next to a nigga who don't look like he ain't winning. Right? So we see cats hit Cash Apps because a motherfucker say they got jewels, they swanky, they high flying, they got all the fly shit, and motherfuckers that hit the Cash App, no hesitation. But a nigga that play it down or don't show none of that stuff, oh, this nigga's regular. This nigga regular. What he gonna do? He can't change our situation. I can't get none of that glow from him. So this is why we are looking at the demise, because we have sold out for this material shit. And to a degree, it's a lot of self-hate. Niggas don't want to be honest about, nigga, I don't really fuck with you niggas like that. That's the truth, Q.
It's that attachment to whiteness.
Come on, man. Come on.
Wait. It all depends. Wait. We can have certain type of business. There's certain businesses that are business models that transcend the community, like because it has a one, it has a global appeal, or it has a use that is universal. Like for example, like a gas mask, or a heart transplant or something like that. Yes, it was created by black people to save black people, but it also deaths happen in all communities all around the world that could benefit off of that technology. So my thing is, I have no problem with it. I would say that I would be trying to use those businesses more like a intel gathering hub, like seeing what's going on in other communities. Use it more of as extractor to extract more resources from them, and to see what, and use it to more to like stake out more territory and to see what's going on. A lot of the other businesses and other people's, like in our community, they're doing the exact same thing. You don't think that the Arabs are not doing that at the little corner store, not staking out around the corner and seeing what's going on? They're gonna go past their block and their boundaries and their business. Like we gotta like think about things kind of a little bit more strategic. That's all.
Well, I mean, strategy. When you look at strategy overall, there's been so many people who have gone to those communities and brought things back, and then become. Have you ever heard of the man in the cave theory? Now, okay, well, there are these people who lived in the cave. They're known for dwelling within this cave, right? And the one guy, one person decided to venture out of this cave, okay? And he's like, yo, it's something over there, that bright. I'm going over there. Let me see what's happening. And he began to go toward the light, get up out of the cave. Okay, he finally got up out of there and saw this whole other world. He saw this whole other world, like, yo, this shit is kind of crazy out here. This is, But he went back to the folks that were still in the cave and just never wanted to get up out that cave. So he went back to the cave and he started telling them all this shit. And he's like, yo, listen, we need to go over there with it. And guess what they did, y'all? Brother Q, take a guess what they did to that man. I can't hear you, Brother Q. You muted. Take a guess.
They finished him. They took him off the count. They
Brother,
got him up out of here.
Yeah. They ate him.
Yeah, he was in the way of their progress in their eyes.
Right, progress, quote unquote. They ate that man. They ate him. So it's like, again, I would want to. I'm bringing this because I want to encourage any future entrepreneur or any entrepreneur that's in route, trying to do your thing. Let me say this, okay? Don't try to save nobody, my nigga or my sis. Create the culture, your business culture. Create the culture of your business. What you want your business to be about, how you want your business to thrive, right? And if that means that there are folks who aren't necessarily from the lineage contributing to that effort, fuck them. I'm gonna tell you like this as a businessman, because you ain't gonna listen. I'm telling you right now, I am still waiting to get some full legitimized receipts of putting a black-owned tag on your business. And it's showing real profitable change for you and the community that you're serving. Nobody brings me those receipts. I've never seen it. And I mean real legitimized, but guess who can bring those receipts? Asian fronting like their black-owned business. See, the crazy thing is a lot of our people got no problem walking right past a black seafood boil spot and go to the Asian spot and buy their seafood boil. They're going to get their seafood boil. They're going to eat their macaroni cheese. This shit crazy. I saw this shit.
Like grandma. That shit tastes like grandma. I heard them goofies, man. I've seen it stuff with my own two little Negro eyes.
Negro. This is
Specifically in New England.
niggas is walking right by the black-owned business and going to get some Chinese macaroni cheese. Huh? Chinese fried chicken. Niggas is walking right by it and walking right by the spot, knowing that this place looked like it's almost out of business. And if you came in there and spent $10, $20 that day, it make a world of difference. Nope. I'm going to Ching Mao's Korean fried chicken. That's right next door to Auntie Anne's. Right next to Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne's Auntie Anne, the server, you know, the cashier looking through the window like, hey, come in here. And you're like, nah, I'm going next door. A lot of niggas is doing that just on GP. And you know what? They'll hit you with the, because I remember when my whatever. I remember, my auntie was like, whatever, and they go into the Southern Korean fried chicken spot next door. So again, you know what? Hold on. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, before I resume, the wolf has entered the kitchen. Brother Juan J. Johnson, sir, are you live? Are you in the building, sir?
I am in the building, sir. How is everything?
We are well, sir. We are just getting some understanding. It's 81 plus in the building, right? Well, 81 in the building right now. I hope everybody's up to speed, but for those who are not, I'm just going to play this clip one more time. And you ask yourself, outside of all of the emotional shit, because I'm not even going to hold y'all either, because I'm super heavy, like pro blackity black. And when I heard this chick talk, I did get triggered off the top, like, who this wench? Who is this wench? But then when I sat back and said, all right, Chef, be objective a little bit. Hear what this chick is saying, minus the rhetoric, minus the delivery, etc., etc. And what is she saying? Does it make sense, you know, as far as our plight is concerned? Let me play this again for the family.
Black folks, now y'all know I love us. I love us dearly. But I still don't understand why.
Hold on. Here we go. Bear with me.
You guys out here opening up businesses just to tell the world that you are black owned. I mean, you have it all over your social media platforms. You have it all over your websites. A website is intended to attract people from all over the world, all different skin colors. Yet you over here screaming that you are black owned. Who are you trying to convince that the color of your skin is black? And why? Because if you think for 1 second that is catering towards the success of that business, allow me to be the first person to tell you, you're actually catering towards the failure of that business. And for some reason, I know you probably thought that you were separating yourself. You're not. You still on the plantation with the rest of the slaves, because that's where your mind is stuck at. And now here comes Instagram, giving black people a feature that allows us to put and attach to our social media platforms that we are black owned. Yet we don't see any Caucasian owned. We don't see any Latino owned. We don't see any Asian owned. When have they ever thought about helping us? Did y'all?
Well, I just want to say this real quick. We don't see no Asian owned, but we do see Chinatowns, right? We don't see no Spanish owned, but we do got Little Havana. Right, we got, man, we got all
Telemundo. We got Telemundo. See, man, every time black people exercise their own autonomy, business wise, you got people that want to downplay that, and I'm not cool with that, though. Not at all.
Right. Oh man, look at this real quick, y'all. Sister Saw said I was outdone when I saw Asians selling chitlins. God damn. Yeah, that's cooked.
She get the Florida Evans, damn.
That's just cooked in a whole other way. Yeah, family. You know. Let me play some more of this. Damn, that fucked me up. Hold on.
Y'all ever think about that? How about they figured out a very smart way to put us all in a bubble that can stop our algorithm from doing what it needs to do on these social media platforms? Just completely stop us from even growing. They know that the moment they give our ass something, we are going to jump and run to it without even doing any homework or any research. And as sad as it is to say that, that is very true. Look around and see how many people have Black owned in their bios. Why are you guys doing this? I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks so disturbing considering the times that we have grown from. Now, let me go ahead and
Now I want to, let that mark in your head too. The
Chef
times
C.
that we grew from. We ain't
Chef
grow
C.
from a motherfucking thing. Go ahead, sir. You got it, sir.
I noticed on the second playback, right?
Yeah.
You get people that she may not understand it, but you may have somebody like me who don't like, or I'm not saying I don't like it because I do like gumbo. Right. She's from Louisiana. You can hear it in her accent.
Mm-hmm.
So with that Louisiana swang she got, she might like gumbo. I may not like the way gumbo's prepared. You know, so you go. I love the sister's spirit, but you got to understand that when she's doing, she's obviously influenced, and I hope that she's very successful in everything she's doing. But sometimes you got to understand why people are saying Black owned. It is reasons why people do this, because this is their target audience on what the product that they're selling.
Well, it's profitable. It has shown itself to be very profitable for everyone else, not us.
Yes. Well, I think that's a different mindset, Chef C. That's when it becomes the consumer. The consumer, are we the consumer? Now we know based off of numbers that how much we consume of products. But then we talk about, for example, I've always seen Asian people at the casinos. You see how they use the casinos, how they gamble, and what they do, how they gamble. You don't see certain ethnicities in the casinos if you gamble. You just don't. You know, in the hood, you see who runs the illegal gambling spots. You see it. Certain ethnicities don't try it at all. That's not their thing. So I think sometimes, like I said, you know, I love the sister spirit, but it's going to be that different strokes for different folks type of scenario.
Right. And I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and I want to hear from the wolf. But yeah, this is but again, like I said, it's gonna land a little softer on certain niggas' ears, because you saw when she said certain things, she started making sure she showed more of her body. You know, that's the disarm some of you thirsty niggas.
Conditional femininity.
Right. Don't get the hips twisted out there, y'all. Just stay focused, nigga. All right. Let's play some more of this.
And end off my video like this. I don't want you marching ass Black folks who like to pretend all day long like you so for the Black people. Meanwhile, you don't even support Black people like that. Meanwhile,
my thing is this, right? And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna play the rest. My fault, family. Why do Black looking folks, and I'm with you, brother Negro. What the fuck is this chick's lineage? Her name, if anybody got Instagram, is Victoria Wilson. Okay, that's her Instagram. Apparently, she don't got an X profile or a YouTube profile, but it's Victoria Wilson. What is her lineage? Because oftentimes it's always a lot of fucking Black looking folks coming out here acting like they giving us lashes. We know niggas don't really fuck with certain niggas like that. We know that already. But then these folks go online looking for a viral moment. And what's she getting? Because now look at Chef C sharing this bullshit and playing it back. However, are there consequences for this extra rhetoric for a lady like this? I'm not prepared to do it. I don't even think anybody else is really prepared to deliver quote unquote consequences for her. Right? And that's just the reality. Like, internet has allowed a lot of people do a lot of extracurricular shit that they wouldn't necessarily really do in real life. Anyhow, let's play this.
Why all you do is go to black businesses and give them per hell. I'm not talking to y'all. Because the day it's raining outside and it's Friday and I'm staying inside. So I got a lot of time. Now I don't want you to
look at the finger wagging. That finger wagging give me mammy, give me winch. Anyway, come on.
Comment section now. Because I don't want to have to tell y'all about y'all ass. Because I will. Okay? So if you think what I'm saying is not the right thing and for the right thing and for the growth of our people, move right on. But if you are one of those ones that you know for a fact that black owned all over the place and attaching it to your businesses just don't make any sense, then go ahead and slide in the comment section and try to tell the people right along with me how much that makes no sense. Black folks.
So there we have it. Brother Wolf, let's go to you, sir. What say you? Is she wrong, accurate, or maybe indifferent about this position here, sir? What say you?
I think that she is indifferent. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinion, but we're not entitled to our own facts.
Come on.
Okay. And again, if you scratch the surface deep enough, you realize that most of us are talking from a non-historical perspective. You know, Dr. Clark said it so eloquently that the people who don't remember their ancestors, their offspring, won't respect them. See, we're speaking from a perspective. A lot of the folks who are talking real cruddy and foul and towards us as a collective right now is because they haven't put no respect on the ancestors. I'm very careful about what I say, but I'm very intentional about what I say. And right now, you know, I wouldn't. I'm so tired of listening to the sisters.
They might not be our sisters.
Now the Wolf just say he got to keep it 100. Fuck it, man.
I mean, look here, man. We're in war right now. We're funding multiple wars. And she's talking about not supporting black. Don't get me wrong. I did my own black business. I know that black folks are some type of interesting when it comes down to supporting their own. But this didn't happen overnight. You know, we suffer from that. Other people's ice is colder and their water is wetter. You know, I listen to it, but we don't stop. Again, I may not say I'm a black-owned business, but you know I'm black when you see me.
That's right, blackly black.
You may not see no red, black, and green in none of my symbols or logos, but in my heart, I got some red, black, and green, okay, and some red, white, and blue. If you cut me, you see some red and some white and some blue. The blue veins, the blood. You know, again, we all have an opinion, but that does not mean it's factual. And trust me, most ethnicities don't have to say what they are because they're already on board in supporting their own. When they come over here illegally, they just blend into the legal community. And the legal community makes sure that the illegals are looked out for. Because they speak as one fist, not as a hand with fingers. They speak as a fist being balled up. So, you know, I listen to her, but I don't listen to her because, again, when this country go to hell in the handbasket, I want to see all these mouths talking. All these mouths.
Right. And that's a fact.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? They're going to be looking for you for some protection. Where's my help at? Go to your subscribers, your viewers. That's your help.
Right. Talk that one. Go to them subscribers. Go to the followers. Yeah. Right. That's a fact. Listen, Brother Wolf. I'ma say this, man. First and foremost, let me get it together. Salute the Brother Black Learn checking into the kitchen. Salute, Brother Black.
Salute,
Brother Black.
brothers. Salute.
Indeed. Brother Black Learn, you know what? I'm gonna go to you being a youth warrior in the building, sir. Are you up to speed first and foremost with this conversation, sir?
I've been listening from the clouds a little bit. I saw a little bit of that clip.
Yeah.
And then I was listening to Lone Wolf's quip about our women, and sometimes you just got to let them speak, and we as men have to simply go our own way and continue to prove that going our own way is something that is fruitful.
Like that. I like that, Brother Black Learn. You know what? Let me real quick, gentlemen, and then we're gonna keep this thing going. Salute the Brother Rowe for hitting the cash. Down the alarm. Rock of Salute, Brother Rowe for the cash app. Salute to everybody that's supporting the program. You know, we wanted to have this conversation, ladies. Short will be tapping in with us in approximately another 30 minutes. He'll be in here. But you know, I've been watching this thing, man, and you know, I don't know what her relations status is. But again,
she's single.
It is giving a little single. It's giving a little.
She got a ring on that finger, man.
Yeah. Oh, you saw a ring on there?
She got a ring on that finger.
Damn.
Yeah, but you know what? Her man might be on the situation where it's like, you know what? This is content creation. Go ahead and do whatever the fuck you got to do. You know, because
that's another thing, Chef C. That likability factor is big on us, man. If people like you, come on, man. We see schemers and scammers all day long on social media from our community. And we wonder why they still fall for the same type of Ponzi type scheme. We were raised. Most of us remember when the fake insurance man used to come get $20 from everybody and never show up when the daggone policy, when somebody passed away.
Right.
So people continue to scheme and scam us, and it's based off of likability. It's based off of some people are so charismatic that people will invest in what they're saying, and then they'll just be scam artists. I mean, this is a great conversation, and it can open up the door for a whole bunch of different things. Even what we do, you know, it's a very interesting thing how you would tell somebody just to like your show, and a person may not even want to put a thumb up.
Speaking of that, we got over 81 in the building, y'all. Man, hit the likes. Let me see how many likes we got. See, a lot of folks come in here and never hit the like at all. Just sit up here perched up like the good fellas. Let me see if I got any likes on the platform. I mean, just to be clear, y'all, YouTube has never monetized a damn thing I put up. Salute to YouTube for always blocking and being on the job, doing what they do very nicely. So definitely get the likes up, y'all. Hit the likes, family. And also, again, we are headed toward the Patriarch Summit, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to contribute, okay, you can do so. We have the hyperlink there, QR code. Just go ahead and scan one of those QR codes. It is to my GoFundMe or Brother Dr. Short's. Contribute and aiding us to bringing this thing to real life, family. All right, now let's keep on having this conversation. Let's bring this other conversation. Let's get to this goofy nigga right here, okay? Yeah. I don't like this goofy. Shout out to you, Brother Lone Wolf. You kept this on the clip a little bit, but shout out to Brother Q. He got the clip from this clown right
and
here.
There's some good people still in the party. The voters.
Let me pause this fool. Let me drop this down. Okay, so y'all, just so you know, this is the man who calls himself running for presidency. Okay, another goofy. And I just want y'all to be aware, like, take a look at this man's presentation, first and foremost. He looked like a filthy hippie. Filthy hippie. Okay? And I want you to pay attention to the rhetoric on this fool here. And he had a jigaboo. I hope you got the jigaboo in this clip too, Brother Q. I hope you got the jigaboo past it that was up there.
It's 2 clips.
Man, you know.
Can't trust these old niggas, man.
Yeah. Now, this man said, if it's past the Jubilee, y'all, this is what he said. It's past Jubilee. 50 years done came and gone. We missed the boat on reparative justice. We missed it. And then he turned around and said, give me your money, though. Put some money on the Cash App. Put some money on the campaign. And a lot of us sat in this conversation and said, who the fuck does this goofy think he's talking to? Who you talking to? But I'm not gonna say too much more, y'all. Y'all hear for yourself. This is the goofy who is another presidential candidate, finesser, scammer. Okay.
But our message is, come on out. Get out of Egypt, baby. Get out of Babylon. Get out. So that's what's going on. We also have the debate coming up. The what's it called? The Freedom. There's a name for it. It's a big deal. I'll be on the platform with the Libertarian candidate, the Green Party candidate. It's possible that RFK Jr. is going to be there. He has not said no. He's been invited. He's still pondering it. President Trump has also been invited. He has not said no. He went to the Libertarian shindig. We all know that. He might be on that debate stage. But I'm going to be debating, and it's going to be televised, and it's going to be fun. So I ask you for your prayers. Give us money. Vote for Trump. Give us money. We need to run these ads.
Hold up right there now.
Yo, you sound like those Africans. You want to play that Arms for the Angel music?
Listen, this clip was not edited, so Chef C asked me everybody just to get 2 clips. And I didn't pick out a clip. I just did it like a 15, 20 minutes. And that's one clip. But he wanted our money.
He said, but give me your money, no hesitation. On your head. Give me your money. Family. This is I can't make this shit up, family. This is what we look at and we're dealing with in real time today. These folks have no intention of meeting us where we need to be met at. However, they got no problem draining whatever little pockets we got. Whatever little pennies and nick and dimes that we got over here, they want it. And they gonna say it with their chest. And they like, listen, fuck it, they hoes anyway. I don't have to be dressed up for this. I'm coming with my regular shirt on. I'm not even gonna straighten my hair out. Okay, I'm not gonna slick it back. You know, either they're gonna do it or they're not. And you know what? I'm white.
And he's in the car. Like, bro, could you not
there you
find
go.
Look at it. Stationary place?
Brother Black Lyric getting triggered. See there? That's what I'm saying, Brother Black Lyric. You coming to ask for paper, and you basically doing the equivalent of what I do when I'm driving up to one of my clients and going live.
Yo, he's in the middle of a road rage. Like he's about to yell, like "fuck you!"
He look like he's so traffic. Yeah. Salute to the over 90 plus in the building with us. But these are the things that we're dealing with here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what my sister Star said. The equivalent of shut up and vote. That's a fact. But see, we didn't even get into the heavy rhetoric yet, y'all. I'm gonna play some more of this.
So he's a DEI candidate.
The caucasity of it all. Let's go ahead and play this.
And most of us know Democrats. A lot of us go to church with them. We got them in our family. And we know how hard it is to say to them, look, come to your senses. Get your act together. What are you doing? But we'll be able to reach them with our television ads. And what you're about to see cannot be censored. Cannot be censored. Because we're federal candidates, federal law states that within 60 days of an election, federal candidates, if they're on the ballot, can run these ads and no one can stop them. No TV station can say, no, we won't do this. So I'm very excited, very thankful.
Eu tenho um quarteirão no Brooklyn, que meu avô deixou para mim, que vale mais de 15 milhões de reais.
Now, I want to be clear, y'all. Check this out, family. First and foremost, let me make sure I make the math for you. When he first got into the Zoom, y'all, he already primed the room for his exit. Okay? He said, I can't long, but he told his little Negro to go ahead and play the clip for them, right? And he'll take maybe one or two questions, and then he's got to get out of there. Okay? But he made sure that he got that give me your money out. Anything else that came after that, family, he didn't have no time for it. But I want y'all to be what I'm saying here is, in these situations where you got these candidates and all of these fucking people coming out for stuff, and you having Zooms and all this different shit, they do have people on payroll that they bring into these Zooms, okay, in order to kind of throw the space off so it doesn't seem as if it's just a abrupt leaving of the conversation. They want to insert a fallacy or false interruption component. So while we're talking to this goofy, you got all types of trolls coming in to the Zoom conversation. And his quote unquote VP is acting like, oh, I don't know how to really work this thing. These folks just keep coming in here. I don't know.
He need to rub the Bengay on his fingers and keep it going.
Like, look at this dude. This dude looks crazy. Looking like a straight crackhead, but he came in there, all that shit. He came in there with that right off top.
Yeah, he was speaking Portuguese too. Random.
Going wild. How did he get in there? Yeah, we ain't stupid. But this is the guy who's coming in telling folks, give me your paper. Let's play a little bit more.
Brody, are you seeing this guy?
Yeah, I just muted him.
So, I don't know who he is, but God bless him. Hope he enjoys his cigarette. He was speaking another language.
He
sounded like he was speaking Spanish.
Man, you saw him look up to the
Let him speak. Let him speak. What does he have to say?
No, we're not going to let him speak. This is not his meeting.
Se tiver filho, vai deixar o filho passando
I
fome.
muted him, and I'm going to keep him muted because I don't think it's polite for him to jump on. First of all, introducing himself and saying what it is that he is saying in a language that we all can understand. This is not his meeting.
Yep. So, if anyone has any questions, I'll take one or two now, but I'm really afraid that I'm going to lose this link. So we're asking you to give us money. If you believe in this message, please give us money. If you don't believe in this message, something is wrong with your soul. Something is wrong with your heart. If you don't want to defend babies from the clutches of these demonic, these baby killers, these child molesters, these perverts, if you don't want to protect children from them, something is wrong. So I make no apology for anything I've said. I make no apology for any ad that we have made. And we are going to run these ads and we're going to drive them down the throat of the Democrat Party, which is in league with hell. So if you want to be involved with a team like this, we're warriors. We're not doing this to make people happy. We're doing it to call people to repent.
Oh, okay. I got some questions.
Shout out to the Negro. Now the Negro couldn't salute to our brother Negro. Y'all see it on the screen. The Negro Black Knight, brother.
Negro came in with gun smoke.
Gun smoke, everything for this cat. If you can't do that, then there's something wrong with your soul. Salute to the over 90 plus in the building. All right. This is one of many candidates who share the same rhetoric, right? Level of rhetoric, but he's coming from the let's talk about testament and scripture. He's coming from that place, y'all, running the play. What is Jigaboo Steven from Django as VP? Yeah, I hope
he had
that
a dirty afro. That's one thing.
We'll see him at some point. But go ahead. We're gonna play the Negro's response.
Go for it.
You're a Christian. You believe in repenting, right? What's your views on reparations? Reparations is a part of the Bible.
Yes, of course.
And that's something as Negro.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, y'all. Reparations, we can't get away from this in this conversation. When you're talking about getting our votes, getting our money, what is your position on reparative justice, sir? And pay attention to what he says to the brother Negro.
I'm a Negro person. I'm a Negro man of the lineage. And I think that that's very important for us. And that's a good way to get redemption for America in our community. And if you're a real Christian, like I am, like reparation means a lot to our community. Is that something that you're going to back along with these type of agendas? Because you gotta put the thought out there and back for us to get money, for you to get money. It can't be just one way where you're taking from our community and asking us to get money.
As a Christian,
so that would be just my asking, just a question. That's all.
I understand. So Pastor Broder and I, we might not see eye to eye on this one. I used to speak highly of reparation because I believe that the African American community, the slaves, they should have gotten the 40 acres and the mule, period. No doubt about it. Here's the problem. Where do we get our understanding of right and wrong, good and evil? We get it from the Bible.
Well, they said that slavery was America's first sin. So how about we correct that?
We did.
And if we
get
our
all the slaves are free.
No. Wait.
Shout out to the Negro. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My nigga Negro coming through with that gunshot. God damn it. Cool. Go ahead.
Wait, sir.
Pastor,
you're not going to win. You're not going to win a lot of people over with that,
If you may,
respectfully,
if I may, the year of Jubilee has come and gone, brother. I'm sorry.
Hold it right there. Hold it, y'all. Hold it.
Saying how he really feels, though.
Oh, is that the white card? Is that the white card? You saw the smile after you said that. Jubilee and smile.
Come on. The year of Jubilee has come and gone. This is the guy that wants you to put 5 on their books.
And he has the goal to call him brother at the end of that.
He hit him with the brother. That's the boy talk. That's the passive boy talk.
That's the white boy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Pow. That's the pow shit right there.
What's up, bud?
And look at his face. Look at the face. This little Negro. Yeah. This is that energy, y'all. Salute to the 90 plus in here with us. Let's play some more of it, though.
All debts are forgiven at 50 years. All debts. I will not go against the scripture. The black.
Come on. Let me go to the ordained real quick. Brother Wolf, sir, the year of the Jubilee has come and gone. He will not go against scripture. According to his religion, it is against their religion for us to have repair, according to him. Sir, what say you, Brother Wolf? The ordained.
Well, the scripture teaches us this also. How do you say you love God and who you never seen, and you hate your brother who you see every day? Scriptures also say this: he that had this world's goods and see his brother in need and shut up his bowels of compassion, how dwelleth the love of God in them?
Come on.
Screw Jubilee.
Come on.
That one scripture supersedes Jubilee. He that has this world's goods, see his brother in need, shut up his bowels of compassion. How can you say God lives in you? I'm real close to saying that God is not in a whole lot of people. Randall Terry. See, Randall Terry is a white supremacist.
Come on.
That's their original religion. That goes before their Christianity.
Let me keep it a buck.
Yeah.
That party he's from is birthed out of white nationalism. I was ready to go in, but Negro was doing so good, I just kept my mouth closed the whole time. Negro did an excellent job of filleting Mr.
Yeah, right. Souffled this nigga out to the yeah. You know.
It's amazing how they want so much for our support, but don't give us nothing in return. But we got to blame ourselves again. These boomers,
come on,
these silent generationers, these great societers,
come on,
who've been silent for decades, and now Generation X and the millenniums got to come and clean this mess up.
Come on, talk that.
See, they're seeing a whole new Negro, and it scares the hell out of them. He wasn't ready for this conversation, and neither was the Reverend, his vice president candidate choice. They wasn't ready for this.
Reverend Jigaboo. Yeah.
Okay? But I sat there, I heard the whole thing. I'm like, Negro, and Negro spoke so eloquently, and it wasn't just that he spoke, but it was a whole different generation speaking.
Right.
Negro ain't 50, and the Negro ain't 40.
Right.
maybe 30, the early 30s, maybe late 20s. Okay. I had so much
I like
respect.
the compliment. Thank you. I'm in my late 30s, but I like the compliment, though. I'll take the early 20s, but I don't want them, though.
But no, I did my research on that whole party, man. And the only thing they really want, I can say this. He's not running for president. He's running for resources.
He's running a play.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel family. Remember Peter Gabriel? You know what I'm talking about, Chef.
Yeah.
That's the Obama 2.0, the Peter Gabriel edition. That guy.
Well, I gotta say this for me, and then I'm gonna play a little bit more of this clip. For me, I was offended right off the jump.
Mm-hmm.
When you get on the screen in your car, your presentation, the way you look, my guy, you coming to talk to us about votes, and you don't have a tie on that you would have in any other environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your hair probably would be slicked back. You wouldn't be going around with no damn afro. Let's be clear. Okay? You wouldn't be showing your upper neck. There'd be no flesh. You have a tie. I was offended off top. And then he got the nerve to basically say, you don't vote for me, you ain't Christian. And I ain't even a Christian guy, but that's the energy he was giving off. So we gotta understand, family, like, again, you know, he knows he has no chance in hell of winning, first and foremost. Let's be clear. He knew that. However, in order for him to keep that play going, though, he's got to come from a different angle in this. And his past the jigaboo that hopefully you'll see at some point, Stephen, we'll give Stephen a spotlight. The game plan, more than likely, from these folks is stay on scripture, stay on the Bible, work that angle. And Stephen is there to help usher that in. But you'll see Stephen. I'm sure Stephen will make a grand entrance at some point. Let's play a little bit more of this.
Community was betrayed. They should have gotten 40 acres and a mule. They deserved it. It was owed to them. The sin of slavery was a capital offense. It was a sin that cried to God for vengeance. The Civil War was, in my studied opinion, the vengeance of Almighty God on America. Every drop of blood drawn with the master's whip was drawn by the sword and the gun on the field of battle.
Whip. I didn't even like
Every
that
ounce
shit.
of unrequited toil was lost, in all that treasure lost in the Civil War. It was God's judgment, and they deserved the 40 acres and the mule. They deserved
Mammy
reparation.
wagging,
But
finger
biblically,
wagging.
all debt is forgiven.
Hold on, brother Neil. Let him get that off. I need folks to hear this rhetoric, because we need to be listen, let's be clear. There's still a bunch of Democrats stomp down crash outs who don't believe that these people exist. So, and he's got no problem showing his face.
It's not that they don't believe they don't exist. They're totally okay with these types of folks existing.
Well, I will say to you, brother Black Learn. Well, not even just to you, but in general, man. Them not existing, or them being more afraid of these folks, because again, that complexion shit, that colorism shit, in many of our Black communities' eyes, it immediately tells them to have empathy and to be passive. Comes to dealing with these folks. Immediately they give them the upper hand just off GP. So it's like, we when this guy was, he more than likely what you're gonna hear is more outrage, because for the first time it appears that he was surrounded by a bunch of niggas who wasn't tap dancing. He came around a space full of folks that was ready to get him up out the way.
Yeah.
So he was kind of shocked, and then he started using his people to come through with the bullshit. But let's play some more of this.
Even every 50 years, the year of Jubilee has come and gone.
Well, you might think it's the year of Jubilee, but God also talks about paying back what's owed and restitution and repentance and stuff of that nature. They talked about if you take something from somebody, you replenish that, and you also do it 10 times full, and you make sure that they're restored to the proper state in which they're from. So when you say these type of things as a Christian, I'm really questioning what part of Christianity do you utilize? What perspective are you coming from? Are you a Christian nationalist or something of that sort that's adversarial to the Negro people?
What's your name?
We kind of need to know. My name is, wait, I'll come on camera because like what you're saying is very concerning to me.
Yeah. Salute to the Negro. He said, listen, let me come from behind the avatar. Fade on fade. Okay, because again, this guy, and you got to understand, family, the delivery when it comes from other ethnicities. When folks start saying brother to you, y'all need to know that that's not in being used in the way that we use it as far as endearment. This is a slight, and it's a underhand jab at you, right? So even with the pushback that he's getting from our brother Negro, that's why he immediately said, what's your name, brother? What's your name? That was him saying, nigga, what's your name? Who are you, nigga? That's what he really wanted to say. Nigga, no, nigger, not nigga, nigger. What's your name? But he was filling in the blanks with the brother. Let's play some more of this.
Give me a second.
Just tell me your name. I just want to address you as John or Bill or whatever your name is.
No, my name is Roland.
Hi, Roland. Good to meet you. I'm Randy. So, Roland, all I can say is my sympathies, hey, brother, my sympathies are with restitution. And by the way, it's not tenfold. It's very important that you understand something. All right, you need to understand something.
Now he's trying to sun our brother Neil.
And he was wrong, family, for the record. I also gave you the email with the Bible verses, plenty of them, that supports tenfold. Yeah, I come from the background of a revolutionary church background, That was something that we taught, because if you stole from our church or you stole from the people in the church, you had to replenish that 10 times over. So you had to work hard to replenish what was old. So that was a lived experience of what I was talking about here when it comes to the word of God.
Right.
And note the condescending tone too. Like he's trying to sun him. Like we're not educated on our own history. I mean, we're a new type of black folk that they haven't encountered. So I'm enjoying this interaction.
That's a fact for the black learner. Let's put some more of this.
A Bible college graduate. I'm a theologian by training. So is Pastor Broden. It's twofold if it's found in your possession. It's fivefold if it has been sold. So if I steal your sheep and you catch me with the sheep, I'm required to pay you 2 sheep. If I've sold the sheep, I'm required to pay you 5 sheep.
And the reason why I said 10 is.
Let me go to the brother ordained to the wolf. I gotta go to the wolf real quick. Brother Wolf, I call cap on that, what this man is saying. But could you enlighten us a little bit more about this? It's fuckery. But go ahead, you got the floor, sir.
I call cap on his credentials.
Right.
Because again, see, he ran smack into a new Negro. He ran smack into a revolutionary Jesus Christer.
Come on.
Not Christian. I'm a product, a student of the revolutionary Jesus.
The Christ.
Like the Negro.
Right. Come on.
Okay. Yeah. So when I hear folks spout their credentials, I think about a graveyard, because most of these seminaries are actually cemeteries. You know, they don't teach about Black economic empowerment
at all. Come on.
All they teach is obedience, faith, and love. And we've been castrated as a community, been taught obedience, faith, and love. It's so much in those scriptures about Black group economics. They won't touch that. Hell, Jesus even told his disciples, don't go to the Gentiles.
Come on with that.
You know, he was practicing Hebrew group economics.
Hebrew delineation.
Yes. That brother is so disingenuous, it's not even funny, man. And so again, he can fool a lot of people with that bull crap that he was saying. But he can't fool all of us. He ran into a Negro revolutionary Jesus train. Okay.
He really looks like a GCP.
Right.
If I'm being straight, GCP all the way, and even his mannerisms.
All up in the nose with it. All up in the nose with the Black learn.
He is not running for president. He's running a grift, man.
Running that grift.
He wants resources. He said these words. Hey, vote for Trump, but give me the resources.
Flat out.
That's all you need to know about him. Look, vote for Trump, and give me the resources. Give me the money.
Give me that money. Listen, do what you're going to do, but I need you to run me that change. Because listen, and let's make it plain. Let's make it plain for the family.
Mm-hmm.
What he just communicated is what a bunch of folks, the way a bunch of folks look at Black Americans. They think we are hoes. Do you understand? They believe that we are hoes to be pimped out and run daddy that money. So when he started getting some pushback from us, salute the brother Negro, brother Dr. Short, sister Sean. Many of us just was like, listen, man, we kind of want to put hands on this dude. I don't condone violence. And right, for YouTube, although they're gonna block the damn broadcast like they normally do. Salute the YouTube being very consistent, blocking all my programs. Salute, piece of shit. But anyhow, let's keep on playing this a little bit more. Let me play this shit.
Because it's intergenerational. What has done to us.
That's not what the scripture teaches.
Wait. You might say that, But the thing is, I'm adding on to basically adding all those times, all those years that happened to us. So we do need to have what's owed. And I feel like you're negating the responsibility of our people.
Look at when he inserts the brother, though. That's what stands out to me, and that's why I was like, "Oh, nah."
Wait, Chef. I want to comment on something. When I talked about when I talked about almost name your price, this is also from the Old Testament. It was when one of them killed a family, and they said that it was seven times, and then they said it could be up to 70, which makes it 10 times that.
Come on.
And these are some of the things that these are things that I was taught at a young age, that I was studying about my views about Christ and how we should be moving as Christians. My God was flipping over tables, man.
Come on.
I don't know what this weak back pastor was talking about. And he's this Wonder Bread pastor's talking about. Because this Negro God, the black Jesus that I know, that I serve, ain't no weak back. Ain't no punk. Ain't no coward. So when he was coming around with this nonsense, yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way, because the preachers that I grew up around, the people that raised me up in that type of faith and that mindset, that dude brought shame on Christianity. That's how I look. He brought shame on Christianity for saying that we don't need repair. He brought shame for saying that he didn't care about the brother that's right next to him, but he wanted to exploit them in a form of usury. Family.
Yeah, let's play some more of that. And salute to you, brother Negro. You know, listen, it's just very important for us to be able to see these kind of talking points and shit. Everybody got a play that they running, especially these politicians. When they need you, they're gonna tell you all types of shit outside of saying, listen, I'm gonna get you that check that you've been looking for. I'm not. God said, forgive. All of this, they're gonna run it on you, right? Just be prepared to check the play, sidestep it, and keep moving. Let's keep on playing.
Because we do need to have reparations. If the country's kicking out money to other nations, such as Ukraine, such as Israel, we're a people who has fought in every war, who has been loyal to this country. And you're saying that we don't deserve repair?
It's not about deserving. It's about biblical law. You're bringing up great points. Why are we funding Ukraine? Look, you and I agree on more than you think. We're sending money overseas to people while some of our cities are going up in smoke. I'm with you, but I am not going to betray what my understanding of the scriptures is. I'm just not gonna. So there is no such thing as tenfold. There's no such thing. And do I wish that they had done the right thing? Yes.
He's discouraging that like
right
reparations,
now,
family.
That our country is still reaping the horrifying fruit of slavery and the Jim Crow laws, which were also inherently evil. Yes. But I'm not going to do something that is a man-made idea. That's the bottom line. And let me say one other thing that's very important. Roland, they're chopping babies in half. They're slaughtering children. So the debate over restitution and reparations for slavery from 170 years ago is a real debate. But the babies that are being butchered in the black community right now.
Okay, you keep throwing up the babies, right? We have the Ebony Alert Bill and other things that have not been supported by the dominant society, right? So if you really care about those things, how about actually putting resources to finding those missing Black women, to combating those actual systems by actually having police investigating those type of crimes, actually putting Black people in the authority of those things. See, reparations would actually address those type of things, but you don't want to give that to us because you feel like it's not your belief or something. Thank you for your time.
And enter the Sambo, Stephen from Django himself, on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the bishop.
Who's that Negro on a nag? Who's that Negro on that nag?
Yeah. You had your foot all the way up on cooking them from one way to another. He was definitely getting souffled, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to show y'all something real quick, family. Let me show y'all something. Because the guy kept saying, you know what, I can't betray my understanding of biblical scripture. I can't betray it. But guess what? Look at this. Look at yeah. Let me read it out loud. Proverbs 14:9. Fools mock at reparations, but among the upright there is favor. The heart knows its own bitterness, and with its joy no one else can share. The household of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish. Now, this ain't even Sunday service, but I had to bring this to the forefront, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming with receipts, Chef. Coming with receipts.
You know, I put that in the chat when we were having this conversation with this Goofy and his little minion right here. And of course, there's crickets when necessary. And then he ran off into the sunset. Okay. But again, he was getting souffled so well by the brother Negro. You know, nice slow souffle. You don't rush this process with that one. That you can't really, you can't go back and forth with it. So again, when a brother Negro says, what scripture are you coming from? When you see something right here in your face, family, Proverbs 14:9, is he not aware of this? Or he's just like the many others cherry picking whatever they want out of these Bibles in order to fit their narratives, y'all, to weaponize their narratives, right? Yeah, to get the money up out of a bunch of unassuming Negroes.
Wait, it's even deeper than that, brother Chef.
Let's go where we gotta go.
He's studying the word from a carnal perspective. That means he talked about he was a scholar. See, I talked to my sister, who's I consider a Bible scholar, about this conversation. So he's looking at it from a man's perspective about enforcing his will, aka white degeneracy, white supremacy, or even white degeneracy from a religious perspective. All right. See, I gave Brother Chef some different quotes from that book that I have in there, saying that we should not be intertangled with white man's religion and their God. We have our own damn God. This is the ultimate form of delineation right here. If you don't even know your own God, then how could I even build with you like that? All right? And people don't even know their own God, man. Don't even know the face. Don't even know his feet and his hair. You know? They want to deny it. And that's the problem. That's the church background that I come from. And I feel like this man was basically disrespecting my religion, disrespecting my belief, and saying that I didn't read that book. I didn't take time to learn and form my own opinion and back it up with the word of God. And that really hurt. And that's why when after that whole conversation, I wanted an apology from that man. You lied on me. You lied on my credibility. I have credentials too as well. I didn't go flex them. I was just operating on the word of God.
Well, you know what? Let's hear from the Jigaboo, and then I gotta go to Brother Q. Let's hear from Stephen real quick. Let's give Stephen his moment. And just so y'all know, this is the bishop. I forgot this nigga's name. But yeah, what's his name? This fool. Anyway, we'll play it.
That's Reverend Bowden. That's his vice president.
Yeah, that's his VP, y'all. But I forgot his name. What'd you say his name was, Q?
Reverend Bowden, I think.
There you go. Yeah. This is the Jigaboo, though, y'all. Running interference. You know, when the black folks get on your master too heavy, you got to run. You got to do your Steven. Got to go into Steven mode real quick. So let's go ahead and play this, y'all. Let's watch him.
Roland, we thank you for your questions, and there's certainly questions that we need to engage in and think about. But tonight, we're not going to solve these problems, and we're not going to solve. But what we can say is that Randy and I are talking about these issues, and we're considering them and what is the best approach. And as we process them, and I'm sure you're doing the same, we're processing them through the lens of our faith.
Let me go to the Wolf on that one.
He
Brother
actually,
Wolf.
I didn't have faith, family. See, you know how hurtful that is? When I told him my guy's a Negro black guy, he said, I have no faith, like I'm a pagan.
Well, hold on. I got to go to the Wolf real quick. Because he tried it. He definitely tried it. he ran the play with the pivot there. Brother Wolf, what say you, sir, with this fuckery here, sir?
I think that most of the ministers are viewing God through colonial vision, colonial views. They've been programmed to see their Savior as something white. They don't know about, or they forget that the scripture says he has hair like wool.
Come on.
Feet like bronze.
Come on.
Eyes like fire. You know, a voice like many waters. Thunder. Again, I just know that the belief system that I used to subscribe to has been hijacked. And most of the ministers, and that would include this brother right here, Pastor Bolden, much respect for him, but he's operating and he's still following that colonial Christianity that enslaved us. I mean, that literally said, look here, you can't even worship without us being in the facility or in the building. I mean, people need to realize the black codes, man, when they did a number on us, and you can still hear it coming out through these
come on.
Boomers, boos, jiggers,
Sambos.
I mean, just look at him. He's like he has that look of Samuel Jackson in Django, like, boss, I'm trying to get them off you. I mean, he even got the eyes. Look at, I mean, he's like, whoa, what did I step into? You stepped into a full-grown Negro train, man.
Yeah. Wrong place. I mean, listen, brother Wolf. This is a salute to the over 100 people in here. 100 of y'all. Salute. Make sure y'all hit the like, family. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share.
Plantation preachers and colonial Christianity has destroyed the black collective. And I mean that. Plantation preachers and colonial Christianity, man, is like public enemy number 1 and 2 in whatever order you want to be, because the plantation preachers are still promoting colonial Christianity. If this dude can support Randall, knowing that Randall Cherry is a certified white supremacist who subscribe to the religion of white supremacy, white male dominant culture, he wants to get things back to the constitutional party, back to the days of the 1700s, man. And it's wrong. It's wrong, man. Look at him.
Hey,
he
brother
can't even disguise it, man. He can't even hide his betrayal.
Q, sir, what say you, brother?
See,
look at him. He
the black race can't afford you no more.
There you go.
Oh, there used to be a time we'd see somebody like you singing, clowning, yassa bossing, and we wouldn't do anything. Folks like that. You were good. Homie kind of nigga. When they needed somebody to mistreat, call a name or two, they paraded you. Reminded them of the good old days. Not no more. The day of the Geechee is gone, boy.
I don't know what else to say. Sarge said it best. Sarge said it best.
Yeah.
Sarge said it best. You know, I try not to really go in on the old timers, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. He didn't know the audience, and I know for a fact that he didn't know Dr. Short's friends.
Yeah. And he got it.
Thought he did, but he didn't know Dr. Short's friends.
Yeah. He got it light. He got it light, and that's mild temper.
You know what's deep about it is Randall got rolling. Coming up, and we didn't, I just clipped him. He got Sister Sean. She sauteed him.
Oh, yeah.
And it just
Sister
goes
Sean
to show
sauteed that nigga down.
that people will deal with you on the level that they think you're on. If he knew what he was stepping into, like he said, he met the Negro. If they knew what they were stepping into, they wouldn't have been able to conversate. We're not that target audience, Chef C, going back to the part of the bigger broadcast. Because we ain't shucking and jiving. And the craziest thing about the whole reparations part that Roland explained to him, we didn't even get into the money. We're just talking about reparative justice. It could have been programs. It could have been all types of things, healthcare, taxes, all types of things that fall under the umbrella of reparative justice. But he was so dismissive towards it. You saying you acknowledge from slavery, Jim Crow. What about mass incarceration? What about redlining? Right. You acknowledged all that and what was done, but then you're going to come respectfully I respect every religion, but then you're going to come with religious texts and say you ain't following, and then got the caucasity to say, I can't follow man-made laws. What?
That's what he was saying about my religion. I'm reading the same book.
This country is basically loosely based off of Christian Judeo society. So what is he talking about?
Watch this. He said he can't follow man-made laws, but he's a part of the Constitutional Party.
Yes.
Cook him.
And Brother Juan, you already know where I was going. I was already going to ask him about the 13th Amendment. But we couldn't even get to that because he wasn't prepared. He was thinking he was going to call some typical, I hate to say it respectfully, some black people and get some donations.
Yep.
Gifts.
Exactly.
Money. And he got sauteed.
Yeah. That's the easiest hibachi I have ever seen in my life. Hit him with the flaming onion and everything. Got him up out the way.
Listen, brother, everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel, y'all have no idea. I text Chef C like, what the hell is we in? Like, what did we step ourselves into? Because I could not believe, and I've been on a lot of panels. You guys been on panels. Sometimes you can't believe what you're hearing,
right?
Because it's like, dude, you are not selling us to you. Why? See, the thing, like I'm gonna keep saying, he thinks that our hatred for the Democratic Party outweighs us wanting tangibles for people.
Come on, Q.
No. Tangibles is on the table no matter what party we go to, no matter what we ascribe to. Our vote, it's a fair exchange. You ain't gonna be dictating to us for our vote. And that is far too long. So, it's just
he came into a hornet's a Negro's nest. Okay. You don't come in like, but listen, I'm a salute to my brother Coke Sharpton. Look at that. Look, we must have raised Coke from the grave. Salute to Coke.
Another ordained reverend.
Yeah.
God bless your heart, Reverend Coke.
He's the big Al too. Oh boy, we about to get.
Hey, brother Coke, are you up to speed, sir?
Hey, first and foremost, salute to the panel. Brother Negro, thank you for reminding me that I got to send in that donation to Howard University for gifting me with that ordained ministryship, what y'all done did to this political candidate, man. I got all of these snow roaches that got me ready to cut my perm off over here, man. Apparently, the old tricks ain't working on the new Negroes. I'm hearing this, man. What is going on with this? I heard y'all sent that lice demon packing the other day.
Yeah. We
Now,
back to the caves.
Hey, not only am I up to speed, I want to let y'all finish the bill, but I brought something to the table, some scripture. Salute to Lone Wolf Firearms. Oh,
right. Let me pull the jigaboo back up. Hold on. Let me see what's going on.
Chef T, I got a link. We went over it before.
Faith.
Remember those
we
scriptures?
Are confronted with.
Yes, sir.
Remember those scriptures before? I like to go over that with the panel. Remember when we had a little went over those scriptures on how these people feel about the reparations.
Okay, sir. Well, do me a favor in the private chat. If you got that link, I want to pull it up for the family.
Say less. Give me a second.
Let's play Jigaboo real quick. See what he got to say.
Major issues in America today. And there is a moral rot that is infecting every corner of our society. And we cannot, in our effort to try to address these issues, become locked down or focused in on just one issue. I think there is a shotgun approach here. And what Randall and I are doing is forcing the country to come to terms with what the Bible says is the blood of innocent babies. The blood of
what the Bible say, y'all? What the Bible say? let me read that. Let me read that one more time, if I may, Brother Ordain. Proverbs 14:9 says, "A fool's mock at reparations, but among the upright there is favor." So I'm just trying to see what Bible are they reading from and they standing on. But let's play a little bit more of this.
It's a baby. They cry out to the Lord. God is hearing them, and He's going to respond. And the response, as we understand it, as men who recognize the Bible and God's attitude against murder, is that He will judge. And so what we're doing tonight is trying to appeal to Dr. Short's audience, who are actively engaged and actively involved, at least at the minimum of hearing some of the.
All right, next one.
You trying to act like I wasn't Dr. Short guest?
And let me go back to StreamYard if I can't get this thing to open up.
Oh, that's the beginning. See, so yeah, we don't have the rest of that, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, it was just him pleading to try to get the bag, and we really wasn't going for it. But let me go to Brother Wolf. Brother Wolf, you got the flow, sir.
No, again, man. What we're seeing is, what's that word I'm looking for? Where we just been ignored, man, and I'm just so glad that we're not just operating in the same manner as our forefathers, who just, I mean, we have so much to clean up, So we're taking baby steps, but these plantation preachers, I don't have no respect for them. None of them. And I don't have no respect for colonial Christianity. And I don't have no respect for somebody who tries to use, I'm against the abortion piece. I'm against the killing of babies. But I'm also against the killing, the slaughtering of Black people. I'm against I'm against Jim Crow. And I'm against redlining. And I'm against white rage that's being perpetrated on us to this day. So they don't want to talk about that, but they want to talk about the abortion. Yeah, I'm on board with the abortion piece. I'm against it, but look, don't ignore the living. We're still living. Those babies are dead. Don't ignore the living. And trust me, that same blood that cried out from the grave when Cain killed Abel, okay, that same cries from the abortion babies that's caught up from the grave, don't trust these black people. 20 million babies have been killed at the hands of black people. And I can hear and sense that those babies are saying, don't trust these old Negroes, the boomers, or anybody who's participated in some type of abortion. But I'm just not going, I mean, you're not going to come to our community and just trying to just grift us because, of an issue and then look us right in the face and say, well, that's not important, your reparations. Okay. You will take that stance. Well, what you're saying, it's not important either. We got to stop letting people just think they can come into our neighborhood and take us for granted. But it's only like that because we've had decades of betrayal by our own people. And most of them are in the Democrat Party.
Right, and that's a bubble fact, brother Wolf. We are, the betrayal is running deep, and it's a that shit is generational, man. I mean, some of they're breeding these cats to say, hey, listen, you're the next one to be an overseer, selected overseer to this people. So, man, I mean, listen, let me bring this clip up for Brother Coke real quick. I'm gonna bring this clip up for the Brother Coke Sharpton. And I'll share this for the family so everybody can see it. Let me share this for everyone here. Just click for Brother Coke. All right.
Oh yeah, I bought all types of ribs and porterhouses for the panel.
Okay.
Stir up. Yeah.
But I want cat nuggets though.
Hey, well, there won't be no cat nuggets here. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I love what Lone Wolf just stated, and the thing that's ironic is we got the people that aren't from the lineage, and I get it. The dominant society provides them with the voice. You talked about Jim Crow. Salute to Byron Donald's ass for being slow roasted right now about his black folk were doing better having a father and a family under Jim Crow. The irony is this is the Black Kitchen. I low key agree with some of the things people are saying, but it's how they say them, and then when they totally blow up the whole ship by saying dumb shit like Jim Crow, because that nigga couldn't even have the marriage to his mayonnaise jar that he has right now due to Loving versus Virginia. So why are you in Pennsylvania in front of black folk, galvanizing the black vote for Republicans, talking about the strength of black fathers in the black community with your white wife? But I digress on that. Let's get to the scripture here. Chef and I talked about this right here. It was after that y'all walked that politician down. Negro, I'm gonna salute you on the side because what people said about you behind your back is all I heard is, listen, man, Negro was on that nigga heels off the rip.
On top.
Negro, salute to you, sir. I ain't got to your part yet, but I heard you were on them heels, Negro. So salute to that, sir. As me and Chef were talking about what had just happened, because I tried to tap into that broadcast, but all I got was the tail end of it. And all as I come on to the broadcast, and all I hear is it sounded like folk were at either a frat party or at some comedy show. And I guess it was Negro in the background. And all I hear is Chef C basically like, oh, this is a dub. This is some bullshit. The numbers of viewers on the channel was -1. So I'm like, damn, they got the bots and algorithms out on this shit too. How you gonna have -1 viewers? You understand what I'm saying? So I knew it was some fuckery afoot, family, on whatever was going in there. It was some evil afoot, I would even say, on there. And speaking of foots, first question I'm gonna ask is, Brother Lone Wolf, what you think about them pink toes and them shackles over there on this on your screen there?
Propaganda. With no pink toes or shackles on, it was black toes with shackles.
You see what I see, bro? You see what I see, man?
I see propaganda for the next generation. They're trying to recreate.
Give me that website, please. Give me that website, please. I'm very interested.
It's in the chat, Negro. I told you, you ain't need catfish nuggets. We stepping up the porterhouse on this one, my guy. So basically, this article is what Chef and I went over after that bullshit y'all did with the politician. The Bible is supposed to be interpreted, because what I'm starting to learn in my life, y'all, is that the Bible is a weapon, can be used as a weapon. Yes. And the thing is, it's a double-edged weapon, and anyone can use that weapon. Salute to King James being the one that wrote the book on demonology before he transcribed the Bible. I'm gonna repeat what I just said. Salute to King James versions who wrote the book on demonology before he transcribed the Bible. So salute to the KKK, them bastards, for using the Bible as a tool. Slaves, you better obey your masters. Folk need to understand what verses are being interpreted for them. No, I'm gonna take that back. Folks don't got to do shit. I need to understand the verses people are interpreting before me. Let's be real, y'all. For years and years and years, it was that, no, you had to have the priest, the bishop, the pastor, somebody, not you, to read the Bible for you and tell you what it meant. You understand? And I'm learning, as my mother, so may she rest in peace. You don't need an edifice to call it church. Two or more gathered. This is church right now, y'all. Two or more gathered. Is it two or three, Brother Lone Wolf? Is it two or three gathered? It's two, isn't it?
Two or three. They gather my name. I'm in the midst.
That's all you need, folks. You don't need checks falling out of Joel Osteen's walls. You don't need some big steeple on the top of a 5,000 person mega church. You need this right here. That's it. Period. Your soul direction and connection to God. That is it. Because these life lieutenants best believe they're using the same book that you saying it's going to be greater later. Sometimes we need to ask, why is it got to be greater later when it come to black folk? Joel Osteen got checks falling out of his walls in the bathroom. Why didn't the politician go ask for some funds from Joel? He in the black community asking for money for niggas that need reparations. Ain't that about a bitch? So we came across this article here, me and Chef, and who is this Chef? Ray on the Bible. I don't know who Ray is. And truth be told, y'all, you know how I get down. Most white folk aren't white. They identify with a W. And Ray look a little swarthy for me. We're going to have to get used to that going forward. We got to migrate over to anti-blackness as opposed to racism with white folk. Because I'm noticing all around these social medias, they leaning on these swarthy folk. Well, they're not white. Jewish folk aren't white. Latinos aren't white. So it can't be racist. Byron Donalds was the one that said fathers need to be in the home like under Jim Crow. It can't be racist. Byron said it. He's a black man. Please watch out for this stuff, family. Because once you peel back that layer, then you get back to the root of the demonicness of how they use this Bible against us. Ray says a biblical view on reparations. And I promise you, y'all, you're not going to hear that verse that Chef's. You're not going to hear no fools mock at reparations. You about to hear a fool mocking at reparations. In 2019, certain politicians suggested that reparations should be paid to the descendants of Africans. Damn it, man. Trafficked to and enslaved in the Americas as part of the Atlantic slave trade. Should they? What does the Bible say about reparations, y'all? The Bible first addresses reparations in a song that Moses wrote just before his death, Deuteronomy 32. The Bible restates what was said in Deuteronomy 32:35 several times. One of those is Romans 12:19. Romans 12:19 and the surrounding verses give the biblical view of reparations. This, so they say. So who is this? So Ray says, give the Bible. This article explains 4 points about reparations in this passage. Do not try to get the reparations yourself in bold letters. Do not try to get reparations yourself. Bible verses state that in the beginning of verse 19 differently. Avenge not yourselves, y'all. Don't try to get even. Never seek revenge, and no retaliating on for yourselves. But they are all saying the same thing, Ray says. Do not try to get reparations for yourself. Were you wronged? Did somebody hurt you? Were you unfairly treated? It is not up to you to get even. You should not strike back at the person or persons who hurt you. Number two, make room for punishment. The next phrase in this verse 19 says to give a place for punishment. Instead of striking back, Negroes, make room for punishment. Back off. Clear the way. Punishment is coming. Give it room. Don't get in its way. It'll be greater later. I threw that one in. If you punish someone for something he did to you, what will happen if someone else going to punish him and punish him better? He will not be able to because you've already done so. There is someone who is better able to get reparations, and leave it to him. Reparations is for me. I will repay. Vengeance, revenge, avenge, retaliation. These are the words used in different Bible versions in the phrase. They involve the same thing that reparations does, a payback. Vengeance is mine. I will repay, says the Lord. Not only is God able to get better reparations for you niggas, it is his job to get reparations for you niggas, not the white man. Let me rephrase that. Not the United States government. Yeah, this is serious. This is mentioned several times in the Bible in Deuteronomy 32:35, Psalms 94:1, Isaiah 34:18, Jeremiah 51:36. He going through the gamut. In addition to stating that reparations is his job, God throws in a promise to you niggas. I will repay, God told Ben or whoever this man is. Why are certain politicians trying to get a group of people who did nothing to traffic Africans to pay their descendants when God has already promised to take care of it? If God said he would take care of it, it has already been taken care of. I done heard that at least 100 times growing up in church. It's already done. It's already done. God's going to take care of it. Has someone hurt you? Has someone wronged you? The promise from God is also for you. Number 4, prevention is the best cure. That's some bullshit. The verse before Romans 12:19 are about prevention. Any injustice is prevention. The reparations will never be needed. How do you prevent the need for reparations? Here we go, Q. This one for Q and Negro. Be peaceful with all people. Treat your enemy nicely. Look at the people who are your enemies. If they are hungry, give that crack of food. If they are thirsty, you give that KKK member water and turn it into wine. I threw that in there. Give them a drink. If everyone did this, there would never be a situation where reparations is needed. They're asking you for more money when you need reparations. Sound familiar, y'all? If the traffickers had been peaceful with the Africans and treated them nicely, they would have never trafficked them, and no one would be mentioning reparations today. Golly. The politicians today who advocate reparations completely ignore prevention. They do not live peacefully with others and are not nice to their enemies. Will their enemies be seeking reparations from you Negroes in the future for the way that you mistreat white folk? How are you treating people? Who are you mean to? Are you fighting with them? Do you want to hurt them? Stop it. Live peacefully with these pink toes. Do good to these pink toes. Look for and provide for these snow roaches' needs. This is the correct way to live. And lastly, y'all, thank you for your time. The fourth point is when God does not repay. It says, I have been hurt, abused, and by many in the past. Usually when it happened, I followed this advice. I did not seek reparations. I left it for God to repay. But he did. Nothing will happen to the offenders. Was I wrong? Well, my answer to this is twofold. For first of all, y'all, you know what's about to happen when motherfuckers say first of all. And it's even worse when they never come to a second of all. But wake it up, Q. First of all, often I was wrong that I wanted and wanted God to repay. Sometimes the offender did nothing wrong and it was more me and that I or someone else did the wrong. See, it was y'all Negroes' fault you was in Jim Crow. That sound familiar? Other times, what the offender did was not deserving of the punishment. In some cases, I have found myself later doing the same thing to others, and I did not expect or want God to punish me. God can judge and will judge. When he finds violators, he will punish. Leave it up to God. Reparations can get to be a mess because almost everybody has been hurt by others. If you pay reparations to the descendants of Africans, what about the Christians, Lone Wolf, who have been mistreated in silence? What about the others who have been unfairly treated, Negro? How would you even start repaying everyone, Chef C? It would be impossible, Q. Leave it up to God. Let him judge and repay. Secondly, he did give a secondly, immediate and obvious punishment is not always the action that God takes. God may want to inflict a long and grueling punishment. God may want to make you niggas wait for reparations for centuries. Judgment Day to punish. It's going to be greater after Judgment Day. God knows best. He said that he will repay. He will repay. You wrote that twice. I see you, Pastor. Do not try to get reparations for yourself. Make room for God's punishment. Leave reparations up to God. He will repay. Be peaceful with everyone and treat your enemy nicely. This is good advice, but is not always easy to follow. If you Negroes decide to ignore it, it will ruin you, not your enemy. You will end up bitter and an unloving person. Let God take care of the reparations. And the black church said, go fuck yourself. I ain't about to say anything like that. What do we got here?
Yeah.
Brother Chef, remember when I said that we couldn't? Remember I was arguing with somebody when I told them they said that God shouldn't be in reparations, and I told them, "You're not. God is a part of the reparations justice claim. What are you talking about?" Remember those Twitter spaces, those X spaces, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. That our God doesn't exist, disrespecting our God right in our presence, man. See, that's that whack stuff, man. I really don't. I rarely don't go too religious with people because I'm a very serious dude with it, very serious. And I just didn't like how that man was just downplaying my belief, my people's my belief, my lineal belief. Like it was fabricated. Ain't nothing fabricated.
Well, pass me the mic. I'll go all in.
Yeah, cook.
When I say I'm gonna step over the carcasses,
come on.
It's not just black carcasses too. It's some Caucasian carcasses also.
Come on.
Asian carcasses. There's some Latinos.
Yeah.
And if he really hold true to that belief to let God handle it, okay. When you see the judgment on a people or person, I'd advise you to move out the way. They're being judged, man. They're being judged right now for not doing the right thing. We don't understand the hatred that they have for us. We don't understand. And when he when Coach Sharpton mentioned about the weaponization of the scriptures or the Bible as a weapon, that's true. I need you to go check out the Book of Eli. Just check out not the book. Check out the movie, The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. When Denzel was blind through that whole movie, but he was holding the Bible, the scriptures. And when Carnegie, who sent out his bikers every day just to find the book, and one of his bikers said, "What's up with this book? It's just a book." And Carnegie said, "It's not just a book. It's a weapon. It's a weapon aimed at the hearts and the minds of the people. If I can just get that book, I'll control them. They come from far and near just to hear the words of that book." It's a weapon, family. And when you see the Bible or the Torah or the Quran as a weapon, you go about things differently. I see the scriptures as a weapon. Like the guns I use to teach you how to shoot, the sword, I use that same Bible as a weapon. And they have weaponized the Bible with this colonial Christianity and these plantation preachers. So when he talking about reparations and be good, okay, and wait for God to send you reparations or just be pleasant, okay. What our ancestors did as a people in this nation with limited access to the scriptures, but they was given the words, what we did, we internalized the scriptures to the point where we love them more than they love themselves. We care for them more than they care for themselves. They could not believe that the love that our ancestors showed them because they are an unlovable people. Okay? That's why he can write what he wrote about the loving and wait for God to do it, because they don't believe that God's going to judge them. But even Thomas Jefferson said, if God is just, if God is righteous, then I fear for my people and I tremble for his people because they've been unfair to black people. Man.
Let him cook.
We're going to get our reparations. Or we're going to get the reparations. We're going to get, if I don't live to see it in my lifetime.
Well, I tell you, man, listen. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, the wolf has spoken. Okay. You know, this is turned into one hell of a broadcast. Salute to the over 110 folks in the building with us. 110. Numbers is going up. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all like and share and subscribing. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, family. This is where we are. And when you talk about when you think about the collective outlook on our people, you know, you got to understand that this thing is really a global level of disrespect. And I don't want to, you know, don't let me go with rhetoric. I'm gonna show you something here. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna blow your mind. Now, what you see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is in Asia. I think this is in China somewhere. And they decided to do a Kobe Bryant suit, helicopter suit, of the man getting crashed. Ain't that some bullshit? You don't see niggas running around here with Buddha. But anyway, let's go ahead and play this. Look at that shit. That's crazy. Look at that.
That's honesty. That's look at Dr. John Henry Clark said so eloquently. We don't have no friends. We don't have no friends, whether here or globally. Everybody takes opportunities to crap on us, man. And once we realize we have no friends, we will do things different. I'm not surprised about the hatred, about them mocking Kobe. You know, we don't have no friends.
And the let's just say the ageacity to it, right?
Right, right. The egg noodle.
That was at Comic-Con in a Asian country. An Asian country who are probably more people buy their sneakers, more people support the NBA than any other demographic in Asia. So it just shows how the disregard for his death, the disregard as him as a human being. We even know that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department got sued basically for putting out his pictures to the gossip sites before they even gave him to his they notified the gossip sites before they told his wife, and his wife won a lawsuit because of this. So this is really it's like it's not surprising, but it's wrong. Sometimes we need these reminders to understand.
Brother Q, your mic breaking up, brother.
As Brother Lone Wolf always
go.
tells us,
there you go.
We need to understand that it's a war going on. You want to lax and you want to play games and you want to think it's okay, you're going to get this reminder every so often. We're at war. We're at war. We're at war. We're at war. Randall Terry was a reminder. We're at war. We're at war. We're at war. That was a reminder. We're at war. We're at war. Prepare. The only way to be ready for war is to prepare for war. So when it come your way, you know how to deal with it. You know. So
yeah. You know what, Brother Q? And this is why I bring this up. You know, people think that when a lot of folks talk about we're at war, you know, I think it's some kind of cliche monolith thing or some bullshit. Bruh, this is maybe 3 days old. Y'all, look at that headline.
Yeah.
Russia said, I'm not playing with you niggas. And be clear, 2 broadcasts ago, y'all, 2 broadcasts ago, I brought it to you and I said, y'all, NATO is going over there to do some fuck shit. And if it's up, Putin is going to come out and let us know it's really up. I said that too. So you'll check it. Y'all can go check my last the broadcast prior to this one. I was telling y'all it was coming. And boom, here it is. Here it is. So you're going to start seeing a lot more cyber attacks. That's just the lower version of it. But them boys over there in Russia, they got some shit for our ass. Pause. They do got some real shit. Okay? So, you know, this little fantasy world that everybody's living in right now. Okay, you're gonna be a lot of deer in the headlight type of cats out here. You ain't book if you haven't got your session in with my brother Lone Wolf Firearms, okay? LWF training. Okay, firearms. It's official, y'all. Again, since y'all don't like to hear, you know, a good amount of folks don't like to hear from black. You can't hear it from black folk. It's bullshit, right? So now you got it coming from your from your white media here. White media has released this headline. You believe now or no? Or they got to come through your door. I think for a lot of folks it won't be real till they come through the door, gentlemen. That's really what it is. It won't be real until folks is coming through the door. So, you know, we'll be hearing about it at some point.
Well, Chef, watch this. Let me add to what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
On May 9th, Putin said these words, that he cannot imagine a world without Russia.
Come on, man.
Okay?
Break that down for the simple-minded that don't really understand what he's really conveying to y'all. You got to read between the lines, folks. Give it to him, Brother Wolf. Pause.
Putin says in his own words that there's no need for a world without Russia. He's willing to take out everything and everybody if Russia don't exist. That's deep, family. Because I know that there are people in this world who can imagine a world without Black Americans.
Mm.
A lot of people wish death on us as a collective. You know why? Because we're the most ancient group of people in the era of colonialism. When they see the children of chattel slavery still here, we're the most ancient ones. But Putin said he cannot imagine a world without Russia. He's willing to risk it all. He will strike Sweden. He will strike UK. He will strike America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If NATO decides to go all in with this, look, it's nothing for them to drop a nuke. Okay?
It's really light. Yep. Light
Nothing.
work.
We need to wake up. We need to really wake up and get serious about the survival of our species. It's just that serious. You know. We gotta wake up, man. That's all. We have to wake up.
Well, Brother Lone Wolf, you know, what people have to understand that it took me a minute to understand is how can a nuke from Russia really make it over to America? And no, it doesn't work that way. They can nuke South Korea.
Yeah.
They can nuke Ukraine.
Yeah.
They can nuke any one of the people that we in cahoots with, and we must. I ain't talking about underarm folk. We must go to engage. Am I off on that, Brother Lone Wolf?
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Look here, NATO. If it's just that serious, family. If he decides to strike just a small population in one of these countries, let's say Norway, let's say Sweden, somewhere just maybe 50,000 people are, not a whole lot, but just the thought of striking their own. See, this is white on white crime. We talking about black on black crime, but this is a white on white crime. They haven't had that in a long time. That's why when Putin struck Ukraine, it was white outrage. How dare you? This is not what we do. We don't fight each other. We fight the people of color. Okay? So for him to do this, he crossed the line, and he's willing to cross another line. I believe that Putin will sacrifice he will sacrifice everything to make sure that Russia's here. I believe that.
Listen, Putin has been communicating, and folks refuse to listen effectively. He said, it's up. It's up. In nigger terms, it's up. And honestly, keep it even more of 100. Russia believes that Ukrainian land is originally theirs anyway. So you listen, we got to understand what that means. He may be looking at it in the way we look at reparations.
Yeah.
Hey, Chef, let me tap in on that if you don't mind, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's even if the ties are even stronger than that. From the research I've done, you know, people who might have a better knowledge of it, the Ukraine and Russia are one and the same, right? You know, for all the tethers out there to be like, you need a passport, you need to go travel and everything. I've been to Kiev twice.
Come on.
I'm gonna repeat what I said. I have been to Kiev, Ukraine, twice.
Did you
And the
take
thing,
the coat with you?
man,
Oh,
man, hey, we don't talk about that. We talk about that in the back chat.
Yeah.
What I noticed about the Ukraine that was interesting is Christianity isn't the same as the Christianity we know here. Judaism is not the same as the Judaism we know here. Kiev, I would say, would be second in command to Israel as far as Judaism goes, particularly Ashkenazi and Hasidic Jewish, and maybe a couple of other groups, but it's highly Jewish. I mean, technically, what's the guy who run the Ukraine? He technically is Jewish. Now here's the irony: the most strongest faction of the Ukrainian army are Jewish Nazis. I'm gonna repeat what I said, Black family. They have Jewish Nazis in the Ukrainian army as we speak, and they don't do anything about them because they're the writers. Now that's just in that army. Let's be very clear. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. The Ukraine and Russia were both one and the same under the USSR. The same place, same people, same country, same language. So all of these, like when Lone Wolf said this white on white crime, no, this Cain and Abel type crime. And this don't have nothing to do with black folk for once. Let's be in America, all of that stuff from the Civil War, everything bleeding Kansas, all of that. It was about black folk underneath the scene. We all know that. They kicked the black folk out of the Ukraine first and then went to war. That's why this shit look crazy as far as the dominant society goes. These folk are one in the same, y'all. And they fighting each other. We don't have nothing to do with what these folk got going on over there. And I'm kind of glad that black folk are stepping back like, hey, some of this stuff don't got nothing to do with us. Hey, you know what I mean? We ain't got nothing to do with any of this stuff. But to Lone Wolf's point and Chef's, how do we know that these folk ain't on their ancestral time, with their God's time? With that pastor I just read over what he wrote, let's be very clear, y'all. He ready to die for his. He thinks he's on God's time. He thinks he's doing holy work by telling niggas that God gonna pay your reparations, leave us to hell alone. Do not underestimate a snow roach that think that they are doing the Lord's work. Now, as we both know, the ones that actually understand God, I feel more, we know that you pimp the Lord, you get pimped in the end. You can't pimp the Lord pimp you. They don't care about any of that. But why can't you slaves obey your masters? The verse is right there. So we dealing with these folk that's fighting themselves and interjecting ourselves into it. I mean, another example is look at Korea. Korea, what a lot of people don't know is there was a war that was forgotten. It's called the Forgotten War. Because the point is they want you to forget about that Korean War. But here's the thing, the person that Kim Jong-un, nobody ever asked why that little man so pissed off. You know what? If you want to be objective, what America did to his father during that, that's the reason why they said to forget the Korean War for what America did to Kim Jong-un's father. And Kim Jong-un, from a young person all the way up to today, said, vengeance saith North Korea. What, Lord? This man is in vengeance of his father's death. See, black folk, we need to get on that type of time. When we get on vengeance for our ancestors' death, I think that's when we'll be on equal playing field. Until then, hey, man, this sounds hot. We having ribs at the Juneteenth celebration. We don't celebrate slavery. The Jews don't celebrate Holocaust. They commemorate it.
Solid appetizer. Now that was an amuse. That was a nice amuse from Coke Sharpton. Man, I gotta tell you, this is one hell of a conversation, though, gentlemen. I got this final clip in here that Brother Q shared. Brother Q, you got any words before I go to this clip here, sir?
I'll just say that the clip is the ending of that fiasco the other day. It's gonna have Sister Sean and Dr. Short putting an icing on that cake.
Yeah. Definitely making the cherry jubilee out of this nigga right here. But let's go ahead and pull this up. Yeah.
Black people's homes to subsidize rich whites so they don't have to pay taxes on their palaces vis-a-vis our average homes. I can start to give you a bibliography of books. There's plenty of academic material that shows that this country operates as a satanic resource vacuum, sucking the blood and guts out of Black folks, decade after decade. And, no matter what, nonviolence, love, marching, interracially marrying, doing anything to try to figure out how to get white folks to come off this hate. And it doesn't work. But it's about the money. The money is the beginning of showing respect. And so when people say no to us, but they've given the Japanese, Indians, Jews, and others reparation, really says that they hate us. And all hatred isn't necessarily visceral and mean. A lot of hatred is, well, I don't know about that. I didn't see that. Do you realize I did a degree? I had some training in counseling. You're supposed to empathize. We didn't get empathy. We got like, well, I don't know that. And that's exactly what I would get from a person that's racist. I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying, but that's the same thing that we get. Now, I know that, this is not going to go as long, but we can do this again. We can do this, but just people need to come back with some thoughts about how you talk to a Black American community. If y'all had gone to Oakland, had y'all gone to Detroit, if y'all had gone to the folks in Chicago, everybody now that they've watched how these illegals have been lavished as they've starved Black seniors and vets, they don't want to hear anything about, but how much are we going to get? That's how they feel. And they have a right to feel it. And I wouldn't be legitimate if I didn't articulate this as openly and honestly to you. I've said the same thing to Roger Stone. I said the same thing to the libertarians who always have a biblical excuse for why Black people can't have, a biblical excuse why we couldn't be free, biblical excuse why you can't marry who you want to marry, biblical excuse or reason for everything except for when the Bible says that you're supposed to pay people what you owe them. Then all of a sudden, man, there's more red tape than Japan. And it's just not acceptable. And I'm not dead.
Dr. Short, I thank you for your words and
Pastor,
for what you.
I think Sister Shaw want to speak. I think Sister Shaw want to go. She got her hand up.
I will take it, and I will certainly reflect back to him what you have said, and you've said a lot. It's said a lot, and I've listened. I do want to say this, and you and I have had many discussions as we speak about the faults and the foibles of those who have exacted evil upon us. From a spiritual point of view, we see it, we recognize it, and we process it and know it to be what it is, evil. Here's what I would challenge you to do as a leader of this group, as the one who is most articulate about identifying what it is that has gone wrong and has been wrong perpetrated upon us. There's a spiritual side to this that says that God, who orchestrates and engineers our very destiny, why is it that we're on this end of this kind of abuse? Could it be that God is trying to get our attention so that we too repent for our failure, be right with him?
I agree. Amen. That's what we.
That's a Jedi mind trick right there.
Yeah. You saw the switcher Rooney right now. You
That
see
was a
what
Jedi mind trick, man.
Hey, Lone Wolf, that was nothing but a plate full of iceberg lettuce. There ain't no nutrition
Oh my
in that.
God, man. Why do we have to take the high road? I'm tired of taking. Look here.
Come on.
We're oh my God, I can't even find the words, man. I can't find the words, man. Because I detest weakness. Oh, I detest weakness. Because I can hear in his voice and others that their self-preservation switch has been deactivated. When you hear them talk, they want to give to everybody but their own. Right. There's no scriptures, nowhere that says love somebody else more than you love yourself.
Come on.
It says as you love them as you love yourself. His hope, man, I'm just so tired of listening to folks who do not have their self-preservation switch activated, who's been castrated, who's been emasculated, who's been neutered, spaded, and now they are walking docile. Just docile. That's what we do to dogs when we spade them, when we neuter them. We take the aggression out of them. I'm a peacemaker. The scripture says, blessed are the peacemakers. They are the children of God. I'm a child of God. I'm a peacemaker. Do not get it twisted. This peacemaker carries a peace too. Hey, I'm a child of the light, and I keep me a light saber. Okay.
Oh, talk that talk.
Every preacher who preaches that for you not to have a gun, you're going against the commandment of Jesus. He says, he that have no sword, pawn his coat and buy one. That was a commandment, not a suggestion. I detest weakness, man. I can't when I hear it, man. Because they are the ones, or the gatekeepers, who are plantation preachers who continue to keep us on this plantation mindset. And I'm off the plantation.
Yeah. And then it makes it hard for those of us who try to still believe in the respect your elders situation.
You can't.
But the thing, and it's unjustified, unqualified respect that we give to the elders when they've long removed themselves from being even in that position to give respect. While we clearly see this jigaboo himself booty clapping. He in his own way, he is twerking, metaphorically.
He's holy ghost twerking. He's holy. Wait, what's that dancing that they
holy
do?
Ghost.
He got the Holy Ghost. He got the white Jesus ghost. He ain't got no Negro guy. He got the white Jesus ghost in him.
Jeff, I'm a proponent of honoring your mother and your father, that your days will be long on the earth. Okay? But when I know that you've been giving me information out of fear for decades, I can't respect you like that no more. I honor you that you birthed me into this world. I honor you because the scripture says so. But I don't have no respect for fearful people, not fearless, fearful people. And I'm not going down that same route. I just can't. Not in good conscience. I couldn't be true to myself if I allow your fear, if I let your projected fear keep me fearful.
Right. Come on.
You know? So you get the honor, so that my days will be long, but you can't get the respect. You just can't.
Hey, brother Lone Wolf, how is it possible? You know, after that clip, that great clip that Q put on the cutting board to chop up, how is it possible that we got black? I don't know if he's a pastor or not, or he seemed like he got a prayer cloth in his back pocket. How is it possible that the clergy, the cloth on the black hand side, is now talking exactly like these evangelicals? God got your reparations.
Come
Did you notice
on.
that? They saying the same thing, Hey, Coach, they were arguing with me about 10 folds, right? Because they was looking like that was reparations as well. Because those were some of the things that were taught to me when I was coming up in the house. I'm not going to give the house of God that I went to, but I went to a physical church and I was taught that in the Word of God. All right. So this is the church that I went to physically when I was coming up, and the things that they showed me, and I really felt offended, that this man really was not about God, and he was using God, and he was trying to leverage like we don't care about our children. And then we were telling him about solutions about our children. He said, no, this is what I have for you. You listen to me, Negro. I wasn't feeling that.
Right. He tried to sun you, but again, they actually tried to sun everybody in there and then got mad. Like, hold on, they not letting us sun them. No. Cats, man. Listen. Listen. They ran into the wrong Negroes that day. Let me go ahead and play this.
Right Negroes that day.
When I preach, that's what
I
preach.
gotta go. I gotta go. We've been on here much longer than we should. I thank you all again.
Sir, Pastor.
I've been lecturing.
Anyway, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all be the judge of this.
To all night. Do you have another lecture?
I have a response, not a lecture. Okay. I was trying to respond from your distinguished guest, Mr. Randall, and I listened to him.
He's not here.
I know he's not here, but if I have the opportunity to respond to his Jubilee kind of answer to the question of reparations, and what I want to say, because I think there's only one person that had an opportunity to speak. We are the people. We're outside of Dr. Short. But what I would like to say, I listened to him acutely because this is why I came onto this call, because he is a presidential candidate. And maybe you can maybe relay the message to him. But there's a couple of things that I was listening acutely to what he was saying, because he is someone who is coming out there to represent us as a people. And, what I would like to say, the first sin of America is also the first treasure. So the first sin is the first treasure, right? That sin, right, contributed to wealth, right? So the evil, the sin, created wealth for people who are evil, right? And we did not get compensated for that. And so that's why we are saying that we need our reparation, because it's a debt that must be paid. Now, this Jubilee thing, this 50-year thing, I tell you, this is the first I saw this. He's real special. Never heard this kind of argument. Every 50 years, everything is wiped out and everything should be forgiven. Okay, so in every 50 years, using the scripture of Jubilee in the Bible, and you are a pastor, there are many, many passages in the Bible related to reparation. Leviticus, Exodus, Luke. There's no timeline. And this is what I want to tell you, Pastor, with this Jubilee 50-year thing. There's no timeline on restitution. There's no timeline on repair. So if I would take Mr. Randall's thing that he wants us to embrace the Jubilee ideology, Okay, so 50 years of Jubilee and forgiveness also has to include 50 years of repair, right? And restitution. So we're just supposed to forgive and forgive and forgive every 50 years. But when you're breaking the 10 commandments, so we doing this biblically now. We talk about some biblical stuff now. Okay. So let me hit you with the biblical stuff. So you can break the 10 commandments. What about thou shalt not steal?
Let him cook.
Thou shalt not kill. What about that? What about Moses? So we supposed to throw away the 10 commandments every 50 years? Pastor, I really would like you to answer that question. So when you're asking me as a freedman, as a Negro, my legal status is a freedman, but I'm speaking to you as a Negro from Negro land. Okay? So you're asking me every 50 years I have to break the 10 commandments. This is what this man is telling me because of something called Jubilee. No, I don't keep the commandments on a timeline every 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. I keep the commandments every day of my life, my living life, because it was handed down to me by Moses. I just don't keep the 10 commandments. I'm going to keep the commandments this week, and next week I'm going to break the commandments. What is he really talking about? And so this is a biblical thing, and I'm not even a really spiritual person, but I understand the 10 commandments. This Jubilee thing, I got a problem with that, sir. Because no, you just don't tell me as a freedman and a Negro that I got to sit up here and I have to go by the laws of the Jubilee every 50 years when I'm going to do some pushback on the biblical and the spiritual and the religious community. I'm going to do some pushback. So if you want me to do 50 years of Jubilee, tell me what the 50 years of judgment is for breaking them commandments. You're not just going to tell me to forgive, and forgive. It's Jubilee.
Can I interrupt?
No, let me finish, hon, and then I'm going to let you go. I got to let this with the Reverend respectfully.
But he doesn't agree with Randall, and you're picking on him and wanting a defense from him.
I'm not picking on him. If hit dog holler. I'm just putting it out to the community.
He came in there with the
I'm
cold
not trying
Paris.
to pick on. I told him he's a pastor, and sometimes I always get misconstrued. Sometimes when I talk and I say things, sometimes it's not for a direct object, it's for an indirect object. Sometimes when we're speaking for people who don't know they need to be educated. It is not a direct attack, sir, whoever that was. I don't disrespect nobody in this space. This space is for educational purposes, even for my own. These are my questions. My questions can be other people's questions, but they may not have the confidence to ask the question. So sometimes that's just how I roll. So we got that clear. Pastor Broden, I thank you for your time. I am not here to beat you up. I am here to put in positive discussions. It's adverse, opposite thoughts. I need you, and I need Mr. Randall. He's gone, but that Jubilee thing, he gonna forget about that. And you could just, he gone, but you can go ahead and you can transmit that message. Because if you're gonna ask me to forgive for 50 years, then here's the response. So yeah, we're gonna forgive for 50 years, but you're also gonna pay restitution for 50 years. You're also gonna pay recovery for 50 years. You're also going to pay restitution for 50 years. And it ain't just 50. Don't get it twisted. We ain't talk about 50. We talk about 250 years. You ain't shortchanging the Negro. So that type of correspondence and talk, we're way smarter than that now. This is a debt that is owed. It has nothing to do with Jubilee. It has everything to do with unpaid labor. It has everything to do of our status as a Negro and freedman, because you're not going to get us in this do-low twist with this new case about in the Supreme Court. We ain't dealing with that. We are not any of those other things. We are indigenous. We are indigenous here in the United States of America. We're classified pretty much three ways. We are Negroes, we are freedmen, and we are indigenous Native Americans. We are not any of those other things. So what I would like, Pastor, so you can put it out, this is how we are going to win. They are mislabeling us for people who we aren't. And what they're doing is they're taking advantage of our birthrights. They're taking advantage of benefits that are for us. See? And you can't, you've got to be very mindful of the mind game, because at the end of the day, how is it on my grandmother's birth certificate, we're Negroes, okay? Negroes were classified, they reclassified. They reclassified us to deny us benefits. So all of the benefits, all of the work that we've done that should have been for the indigenous people, then you turned us into freedmen, the legal status, then with Negroes, and that you took everything that was intended for us, and now we're giving it all to the immigrants. And there's no pastors. The church ain't fighting what is it, the Alpha Kappa Alphas. All of our so-called intellectuals ain't fighting for us. We ain't got no black lawyers for justice. We ain't got no pastors. We ain't got nobody really dealing with the people to understand and fighting for us on that battlefield. That battlefield is Congress. There's nobody sitting there speaking.
Mr. Sean,
I think it's going to start.
Let me just say this.
Back in the churches, Pastor. Excuse me.
Well, I've got to go. I hate to cut you off.
Okay, you got to go. But I will ask you a question before you. Do you have a commitment to get with your fellow pastors so we can talk and let the pastors in these churches know what the people really are feeling? You all are abandoning us. Can you make a commitment to me today on this Zoom call so we can talk about?
I will let you know this. I will let you know this. That the struggle that's going on in our community is far and wide. There are many, many issues that are confronting us as a people. The church, as you speak in general terms, is divided into two categories. There is the cultural church, and there's the biblical church. The cultural church has bowed the knee to political correctness. And the biblical church is trying to figure out what in the world is going on. And so there's a lot of confusion, not only in our communities, confusion in the body of Christ, unfortunately. Let me just say this.
So how can we bridge that gap?
Well, I appreciate your questions. But look, honestly, I don't want to belabor this too much. JK, you need to turn the host back over to me. And let me just say this to your fearless host that invited you guys here tonight, Dr. Short. I thank you, Dr. Short, for giving us this opportunity. It was more of an opportunity to hear from your people than to hear from us. But nonetheless, it was, I think, rewarding for me and certainly informative for me. But I know this about you, Dr. Short, as my friend, that you're an incredible researcher. You're a reader, and you read a lot. I would say you would do a disservice to this group of people if you do not do a study on the year of Jubilee and what it means from a scriptural point of view. I think we don't have that operating right now on this with this group. They don't have an understanding of what the year of Jubilee was all about and why God established it. Now, Randall used it in this context. Wait a minute, sister.
I got that 10-point Bible verse.
You talk for 20 minutes. Please let me wrap this up. And I appreciate what you have to say, but honestly, I really have to go. And I'm just challenging Doc Short, who I know is a poet, who is a scholar and a researcher, someone who researches and knows the scriptures and is able to bring to this group a context, a biblical context as to what it is.
God is a God of justice.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He was getting souffled.
Did you see the eyebrow curl? That's what the pink toes do, y'all. I'm just here to listen to y'all. And then when they realize that they have zero response, because you clearly heard them say there's the cultural church that is actually in the grass, touching the dirt. I wouldn't say bending the knee like he did, but then he said that there's the the biblical church where we don't know what's going on. So you don't know what's going on, but the next thing you're gonna do is frown your eyebrow up and say you need to learn Jubilee, you Negroes. Let me pass it off to Dr. Short. It can't help you from Sister Shaw.
I need to address. Pardon me, Coke. I need to address a couple people in the chat. A couple people in the chat may not understand it. We were actually requested to be on this Zoom call. One thing that we need to understand from political parties is they're coming to us to hear what our concerns are. Our vote is for sale. Our vote should be for what we want, not what they dictate to us. So it's very important that we understand the context that the whole conversation from their perspective went left when Roland asked about reparations, because they were coming to try to dictate to us, the voters, what they were selling.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if you're a politician, if you're have a following, you work for the people. It's not the other way around. And this attitude that we have that our elected officials dictate policy to us is the problem in our community. No, we dictate policy to them. They are our voice. Politics in America has changed so much that politicians literally use it as a career choice now instead of a civic duty. A civic duty, how it's supposed to be, is you work for the people. This man came under some premise that I hope he don't really ever go to any community to, and he started asking for money instead of giving us or even considering some tangibles. So we need to understand that Sister Shawn had every right to say what she said. She was invited. She's a voice in the community. They were condescending in tone, and they were condescending to what the people were saying. When you start being disrespectful, being in the car, being inappropriate, saying, I'll take one or two questions. But you have no problem saying, vote for Trump, but we want your money. Like, with all due respect to the chat, I love you guys. You guys support all our channels. We ain't falling for that bullshit no more. Them days is over.
That's a fact.
Them days is over.
Hey, Q, I like to say this is not the opinion of Q or anybody else on the panel. Not the Negro on the panel. Hold on, let me go back so I pay you some respect to your name. from the Negro people's perspective, you, sir, in my opinion, because I'm on the panel, you are a homogenized, bootlicking coward. And here's why I call you a coward, sir. You're a coward just like Moses was a coward when he came down from that hill with the 10 commandments on that tablet that said, thou shalt not kill. And he went and killed that Egyptian and then fled. You need to ask yourself why you even being called a Negro and hear the pain of a black woman, because clearly he's got more testicular fortitude in her ovaries, sir. How is someone going to hold a panel that is supposed to be on reparative justice for the people? The people on the panel should have been the only ones speaking. So respectfully, sir, in my opinion, not anybody's opinion on the panel, and
They zap Coke. Coke, Coke, are you there, sir? They zapped him. Coke, you was going a little. Coke, you was going a little too strong. Coke, pause. Yeah. Let me drop down, Coke, and come back. See, they zapped him. Salute to my brother Twiz, though, just checking into the community kitchen. What it is with your Twiz? What's happening with you?
Shout out to the room and shout out to everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? Brother Q, the wolf, woo, and everybody. I saw that yesterday, man, and I couldn't stomach it. It was
nigga.
ratchet to me.
Do that wolf sound again, nigga. Do that wolf.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I saw that fiasco yesterday, and the old preacher, he's the definition of we can't trust them old niggas, man. I saw how he was acting, man, and that was, to me, that was ghetto as hell. That whole little thing, it was hella. And then you had that troll kept coming in, posting up them pictures and saying nigger songs and putting the little drawings up. Man, that was hella unprofessional to me. And dude, the old school, the old gentleman there, man, somebody need to talk to him, man. And I was in there with Sister Shaw. She kept raising her hand and nobody wanted to talk to her. And then she just had to, she had to kick in the door, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of left because I couldn't stomach it. And then it kept going in and out and it kept messing up. Then, it kept having them tether slid in. So I kind of lightweight left. But yeah, I was in there for about a good 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, this is, I mean, listen, again, this was a panel with which they quote unquote wanted to hear from us until they didn't want to hear from us. See, because they didn't check the temperature, nobody did real homework. The only ones who did homework were the ones who actually came to the panel. We was prepared. Everybody, they had the wrong Negroes in there today. Okay? This wasn't the step and fetch group. This wasn't the, we might get a check and might be on somebody's campaign type of shit. Nah. Cats did research. Cat did homework. Found out dude, quote unquote, spent some time in jail 49 times or some shit, was arrested 49 times or whatever the fuck it was. And we didn't even get to ask him about those things. And then let alone some of the wild shit that goes on in that household of his.
Yeah, wait. Let's touch upon that. He was always asking about our children. I felt I was offended. One thing is that is kosher. If you're talking about family, most people talk about their family and say, "Hey, this is what's going on in my family. You might want to take this as a selling point." This dude didn't even do all that. He was saying, "This is what I want for your family." Like he's like daddy of our family and shit. Like it was crazy.
Well, you know what? We are in a brother Coke. You are back in the building, sir. Finish that build. And
yeah, I just want to thank you, sir. I just wanted to land and to be very clear on this stuff. I say coward to this Negro with all due respect. I'm serious about that. I'll give you my home fucking number. We can tash this shit through. But what's not going to happen moving forward is we gonna stop having these people hiding behind this Bible that clearly don't fucking understand. How you gonna literally say, we having issues with the biblical side of the cloth, but I'm gonna sit and wag my finger and frown myself up at you? Let's be very clear, Sister Shaw will be protected. She would
Negro's,
be protected.
Negro's perspective said that she's a female, and I understand what her point that she's making in the chat. However, Negro people's perspective, Sister Sean was actually invited to this panel because sometimes you need the sister warrior spirit, as Dr. Short always says, Wazi sister.
And keep in mind, it was on X for everybody. If Dr. Short posted up on X for anybody that if they felt some type of way or if they want to investigate on their own, they could have done it on their own merits. It was open door policy with Dr. Short, respectfully, on his platform. So anybody that has a problem with it, you should be looking at yourself, saying why you wasn't there doing something about it. Stop blaming that woman. Shame on you.
What I was saying, y'all, was Moses, right? And Lone Wolf probably know a little bit more than this than me. We got to be careful about the stuff we have been fed, y'all. Never forget that Howard University is a commemoration to a white general from the Civil War.
Come on, go there.
As them black children go across that corridor at Howard University and rub their hand on that alabaster bust of General Howard, who also was the same person that robbed the Freedmen's Bank. I'm going to repeat what the hell I just said. Howard University was created to create bootlicking pastors like this clown I'm listening to right here. Howard University was created to create more pastors to keep you stuck on stupid while you rub that alabaster bust of General Howard. And what's the very next thing he did to celebrate the black community was rob the Freedmen's Bank and give your ancestors money to the Carnegies, to the rail system. Do your daggone history. Because I bet you still think that Moses was somebody special coming down from that hill with them 10 commandments. The 10 commandments was for you to use and weaponize. Moses became a murderer. Moses killed the Egyptian. He bought you the 10 commandments and said, thou shalt not kill, and he killed. Bet some of y'all didn't know that. Who are we really listening to? Sometimes you need a female voice to actually sound the alarm because we too busy out building, out protecting. And sometimes you need a female voice to sound the alarm. And if you can't hear the octave of that voice, put your fingers in your ears. Go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure there's some Lift All act out there that's got your name on it.
No doubt. Listen, hell of a broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen. We going on 4 hours, and it's almost about that time to shut it down. So, brother Twiz, I know you just tapped in, sir, but you was in this conversation in there. I'm gonna let you get your last words in, man. Especially also let them know how they can do business with you. Twiz, if y'all don't know, is the Bando God. So definitely, if you got any properties out there on the West Coast, hit him up. He moving and flipping houses. So holla at that, brother Twiz. You got the flow.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to the room and my brothers, man. My apologies that I'm late. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been so ripping and running and running and ripping, getting tires on my car and all kind of shit, but it still ain't no excuse. So hey, shout out to the room, man. And what happened yesterday won't happen again. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just when things happen for the first time, you know, it ain't gonna never go smooth. That's how you iron out the hiccups. And now we know who's who and who's not to bring into our circle. Because ever since we've been having these, you know, these little spaces, a lot of people have been trying to slide in, but this ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is only for a selected few. And if you ain't been here, you're not about to be here, you know. But hey, y'all can reach me at Twizzle Westside on Twitter or Instagram. Yes, I specialize in selling abandoned houses, broke. I mean, you know, ugly houses or burned down houses, anything you know, anything you see, or if you know somebody who need to sell their house fast, I sell it to, I buy it all cash. Just reach out to me, you know, we can sit down and talk about it. You know what I mean? Other than that, everybody, y'all have a great Saturday, man. And once again, I apologize for me being late. I was delayed, but I won't be defeated. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have a good one, man. Peace.
Man, you know it's all love here, Twiz. You already know, man. Salute to you, brother Twiz. Peace. Now, let me go to Brother Coke real quick. Brother Coke, you got the flow, Brother Coke.
I want to take this time and I just want to say thank you to particularly to the panel, and a special thank you to Lone Wolf. Oh,
niggas with this wolf. Y'all wolf sounded struggling in the mug, man. When y'all do
Struggle wolf. Struggle wolf.
That's the struggle wolf. That's right. Hey, Chef, give me one of those wolves, please. Sir, can I get a wolf? Can I get a wolf?
Yes,
we need that reverberation. We need that reverberation up in the jump. Lone Wolf, I want to say thank you so much for teaching me, sir, how to walk over these carcasses. And you know, the best practice, I didn't know. The best practice for y'all that don't know how to step over these carcasses, go get your lesson with Lone Wolf. He's gonna teach you how to bust that thing and how to step. The best introductory lesson on stepping over carcasses, y'all, is it might be some Negroes that's closest to you. They already done bent the knee. They on the ground. So it's gonna be nice and easy to walk over them cowards.
Coke Sharpton, landing the line. Salute the brother Coke in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a bubble fact. Let's go to the brother Negro. My brother Negro, he definitely souffled, you know, the small hat. Excellent job on that one. Hit him with the gefilte fish. So brother Negro, you got the flow, brother. Let them know what you got coming down the pipeline, how they can get a hold of you, sir.
Yeah, we have Sovereignty Day coming up on Juneteenth Day. We know we got some of us that's not, you know, we're leaving that bigger plantation, you know, the American government and creating our own. We need to build our own house, our own table, drive our own car, have our own family, and all that. That's the level that I want to see us get to. Be our own nation. We have our own God. We already know we got our own language. We got our own flag, and we got our own culture. What more can we ask for? But is a nation. That's all we need.
Oh, the Negro keeping it nice and light tonight with the try to do to drop the mic on the nigga. Salute to the Negro in the building. Yeah, let me go to the brother Lone Wolf Firearms, brother Juan J. Johnson. Sir, let them know what you got coming down the pipeline, how they can get a hold of you. The war is around the corner. And actually, for those of us who really get it, it's actually here. So let them know how they can get protected, right?
You can go to lwftraining.com. That's lwftraining.com. You can also go to Lone Wolf Firearms Training on YouTube, or you can go to Juan J. Johnson on Facebook and even on Social X. Family, I'll just say this. I think that serious people do serious things. And what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that you can do, is reimagine our community. A lot of people we thought had vision, they don't have vision. The scripture says that people perish because there's no vision. So I am reimagining our collective and even this nation. I'm not afraid to reimagine it, and not just reimagine it, I'm pursuing. I'm literally pursuing. I want to see the best of us. I'm very optimistic, but at the same time, I'm realistic. Okay. So again, stay encouraged. Again, stay prayerful. I wish you nothing but health and happiness. I wish nothing but love for you, success. I want you to have prosperity and riches and resources. And I want you to have unlimited money also, along with the firearms training. Like I said, the last broadcast, this is the phase for me. I'm gonna always do the guns, but there's still so much more to do. Malcolm said we got to fight on multiple fronts, not just one, multiple fronts. So I accept the challenge to fight on multiple fronts.
Salute to brother Juan J. Johnson in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Bubble flag. let me go to my brother Q from Let's Talk To. Brother Q, let them know what you got coming down the pipeline next week, man. How they can get a hold of you. Man, you got the flow.
I'm gonna be a little quiet. I got some personal business I got to take care of within the next couple of weeks, so it might be on some catch me if you can type of stuff. But I appreciate the continued support, continued encouragement with what we do as a collective and as individuals, and just know that this conversation that we had tonight, like I said, we were not going in there to fight. We were going in there to listen. In going in there to listen, you still have to have your armor. And we were able to fight because what we were listening to was war, was white supremacy in guise. So we need to understand a couple things. Never be a person or a people who wants to just regurgitate information. Be prepared for your own battle on reparative justice as an individual first and then as a collective. Because it's very important, because these type of conversations is being had at the job. These type of conversations is being had, as they say, at the water cooler, in Home Depot, in Lowe's. People are asking, white supremacist guys are asking black people, what's your point? What's your position on reparations? They're doing it in so many words. And honestly, for that man, for those of y'all didn't hear the clip because we couldn't do the clips right, that man's family came through Ellis Island. And me personally, for somebody from North Jersey, I told myself I will never even conversate with a person that came through from Ellis Island. Because they came over here to dream. My people was brought over here as a nightmare. We need to understand that. Who we're talking to and what we're talking about needs to be in context, because they don't really understand that we're owed. They just think, as they say, y'all people was done dirty, and that's it. It's an acknowledgement, but it's no reparative justice. It's not even in their heart. And what comes out their tongues is far worse. So with that, continue to support everybody's channel. Spread the word what we do. I mean, our numbers are being suppressed for a reason, and it's okay because we here and we ain't going nowhere.
That's a bubble fact. Salute, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, hell of another. Is this another solid broadcast?
This is a classic. This is a classic one.
And I gotta keep it 100 with y'all, man. If you haven't gone over to hit that GoFundMe, those GoFundMes for the summit, make sure you go ahead and do that, family. All right. The QR code is right there on the screen. Go ahead and take it with your phone. Give us the assistance we need to bring this Patriarch Summit to fruition, y'all. Definitely go ahead and do that. My GoFundMe and Dr. Short's GoFundMe is there for the summit. We're looking to get this thing jumped off. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't stand for yourself, who will? And this is why it doesn't hurt to sit down with anyone who is looking to get something out of you, because in turn, you can get something from them. So even hearing these folks and having these conversations, family, you should still have them, regardless of how stupid it may be or sound. In a system such as this, we have the ability to outrage the offenders, the oppressor. In this case, you got Mr. Jubilee himself, who came through talking about 50 years is up. Oh, well, too late for y'all. But you know what? I understand. No. My man, the only thing you need to understand is niggas want their money. And it ain't nothing else besides that. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining me here today on their next podcast for the Angry Black Man's Book Club, Pack Talk number 27. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, in a system of white degeneracy, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. My name is Chef C, and I'm out.